Do 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 it healthy. Da, 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 da. Bow, wow, 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 wow. Hello. Let's see. Am I live right now? Is anybody out there at this moment? Hey, Mr. McMagic, how you doing? Can you guys hear me okay? Just checking the mic, making sure everything's good. If you guys can hear me okay, let me know. Empty space is here. Very nice. We got a lot of people here. Hey, Fabulous Disappointment. Nice. Fabulous Disappointment. I don't have TikTok, so I'm going to just leave this here. But interior crocodile alligator with Apollo on his way to watch another lover turn into a plant. Okay, that's interesting. I assume you're talking about how Hyacinthus got turned into a plant. Hello, Ladybug. How are you? All right. Hey, we got Undertale Girly Gamer. Oh, cool. Hey to you too, Babil the Kid. Hi to you too, Watch TV. Sounds good, very good. All right, cool. Glad you guys can hear me. Just trying to get my hair out of my eyes. All right, waggle, bipple bop. That's good. Hello. Yes, I can hear. Very good. Let's go. Hello, it's Kodiak. Oh, cool. It's Kodiak Chiro from Twitch. So you're Madison Lewis on here. Awesome. Really great to see you here. Wonderful. All right. Oh, got a lot of familiar faces. We got Mace Lord here, Phantom Farts, Derek. Thanks for letting me share that video. Yeah, of course. Share any of my videos you guys want, honestly. Do what you want with them. I don't care. Just, give credit where credit's due, and then do whatever you want with them. I make them for you guys. You guys do what you want. Mace Lord, hey, remember me? Of course I remember you. You're always commenting on my stuff, Mace Lord. It's cool to see you. You requested the Hounds of Christ video, which I am working on. All right. Hello, what's up, guy? Holy shit, I see you. I click. Lol. Oh, that's cute. Hello, hi. Hello, Waffle Cult. I remember you. Hello, Miss Mystery. Hello, Lily. How are you? I'm doing okay right now. It's been a pretty busy day. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm sure a couple of you know, I just Zaggard, my buddy, asked me to stream our thoughts on WandaVision with him, so I did that. I went over there, we watched WandaVision, and then we went ahead and we streamed what we thought of the show. Like, it's only 2 episodes, but we streamed it anyway. I'm happy to do that for him. He helps me with a lot of stuff. And also, I had to make today's Tinder video, which, again, only has 3 gods in it because I tried so hard, but I couldn't fit all 4 gods in it because Belana's description was pretty long. So it's been a pretty busy day, and now I'm doing this. But I'm happy to do this, honestly. I really enjoy talking to you guys. So that's how I'm doing. I hope you're doing good. Hi, I found you from PJO videos, and I've loved your channel ever since. Oh, thank you, Mr. Leorio. That's amazing. I love that. I love hearing stuff like that. And yeah, I've heard a lot of people have found me through the Percy Jackson fan base. I'm a huge Percy Jackson fan myself. I mean, you can see I got some Riordan books right here, and I've got a ton more up on my shelves. Yeah, so you can see them in the backgrounds of a lot of my videos. Watch TV says, I have a question. Well, you're going to have to tell me what the question is, Watch TV, so that I can answer it. All right. Hey, Mr. Mythos. Hey to you, too. Hello to every single one of you. So many nice people. God, the audience has gotten so much bigger in the past month, honestly. How are you? Oh, I believe I touched on that a little earlier, but thank you for asking, Aaliyah. How are you? All right. I'm going to start with the first. Well, first off, I'm going to just address a few things. First of all, the channel has really grown over the past month. It's kind of amazing. My last Q&A, we were under 2,000 subscribers, and don't get me wrong, it was great. I still had a wonderful audience, and I was still happy about that. But God, in December, the channel freaking exploded. We gained over 8,000 followers, subscribers. Yeah, sorry, I manage multiple websites. Sometimes I mix things up, but like, yeah, like we're at over 10,000 now. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And I really can't thank you guys enough for all that. It's just amazing. And it's been really overwhelming. I think the highest we gained in one day was like 1,600. It's ow. I couldn't believe it while that was going on. It made me really happy. And I really appreciate you guys. And I really think it seems like the main thing, if you see me touching my face a lot, it's because my hair is long, it gets in my eyes, and I also have allergies. And so, sometimes I'm gonna, so forgive me for that. Sometimes it makes making videos hard, but um, but yeah, like I think the main thing that kind of blew up the YouTube page was the Gods on Tinder videos. And I owe that like almost entirely to my business partner Wilda. A lot of you probably haven't heard me talk about her, but like she's the one helping me make the card game that I'm working on. And she also helps me handle sometimes some of this stuff. Like, in fact, actually, she's the reason I make videos because it was her idea. She's the one who told me I should start making videos. She's the one who told me to start using TikTok, and I've gone into that in previous videos. If you guys want me to talk about it more here, that's fine. Just go ahead and post questions, and I'll talk about it. But Wilda. The Tinder videos were entirely her idea. She came up with it. She said she thought it would be a funny idea. And I said, all right. And then I tried to come up with some ideas for what the Gods Tinder pages would be like. But the problem was I've never used Tinder in my life. She's used Tinder before, so she gets Tinder speak a lot more. So while we were talking about it, I was like, hey, how about this? And she was like, I don't think that would work on Tinder. But if you said it like this, and then she would pitch a whole bunch of jokes. And it got to the point where I was like, you know what, Wilda, this was your idea. You seem to know Tinder speak a lot better than me, and also she knows how to edit images in like to make the Tinder thing. So I said, it seems to me like these are more your ballpark. And she was like, you know what, I think you're right. And so she made the Greek Gods on Tinder video. The first one, it did very well on TikTok. And it also did really well on YouTube, and so she kept making more because she saw how much people liked them. So she's been the one. The videos were her idea in the first place. She's the one who edits the images together, and she comes up with a lot of the lines and the Tinder speak. I mean, don't get me wrong. I contribute a little. Like I pitch jokes. I'm like, hey, I think this would be funny, and I tell her what the gods' personalities are like, so that she can then figure out how their Tinder page should be set up. But yeah, I tell her like what the gods' personalities are like. I pitch some jokes myself. We pitch off each other. It's a good like relationship we've got going there. And then she edits them together, and then I do the voices, and then they're up. But like, I just wanted to give her credit because I think those videos are what really blew up the channel lately, and those videos are her baby. And so I'm just really, really proud of her for coming up with something that did so well. And so I just want you guys to know that she deserves most of the credit for those. And if you're wondering, like, hey, have we seen Wilda in any previous videos? No, she might show her face in the future, but like she's just not ready to right now. So please just respect that. So I'm a little behind on the chat, and that's because I don't want to miss any of these questions. So I'm going to start with the first one by Scarlet Plays. What inspired you to study mythology? Okay, I've touched on this a lot in the past, but it doesn't matter. I'll touch on it again. I'll try to give a quick rundown. So when I was a kid, a lot of kids' parents read them fairy tales, but my mother read me Greek myths out of a book called Dowleri's Book of Greek Myths, which is an incredible mythology book. I highly recommend it. I've shown it off in my video, Myth Books I Recommend. And she read those to me because my mother is from Georgia, the Georgia that's in Europe, not the one that's in America, like former part of the Soviet Union, Georgia. And over there in Georgia, Greek mythology is kind of a big deal. They really like Greek myths over there, especially because some of the Greek myths take place in Georgia, like the tale of Medea with the golden fleece, that takes place in Georgia, actually. And Prometheus, where he was chained up, that's actually in Georgia. So they're really proud of that over there. So my mom read me Greek myths when I was a kid. I really got into them. When I learned how to read, that book was one of the first books I read all the way through. And, Disney's Hercules is actually my favorite Disney movie of all time. And so it was really interesting for me as a kid to watch the Disney movie and then read the actual story and see how different they were. And then, so I kept reading Greek myths every chance I got because it was a part of my life from when I was very little. And Then, one year for Christmas, my parents got me a computer game called Age of Mythology, which is amazing. I highly recommend it. And that game had Greek, Egyptian, and Norse myths, and that's when I first found out there were other kinds of mythology as well. So that got me into Egyptian and Norse. Also, a book series I would read. I was a pretty avid reader as a kid, and my dad was happy about that, and he wanted me to learn more history. So he found this series called Horrible Histories, which is a fun series. And one of the books was called The Angry Aztecs, and that's what got me into Aztec culture. It was really funnily written. It's interesting how you can make a story for kids and funny when it involves so much human sacrifice in it, and that's actually why I liked it as a kid. I liked that it was messed up stuff. So that got me into Aztec, and from there it went on and on. Like I learned Jackie Chan Adventures, the TV show, kind of got me into Chinese myth. Chinese myth was an easy segue into Japanese myth, and when I started working on the card game I'm working on, I started studying Hindu myth and then Celtic myth, and I know all those mythologies now, and I'm currently trying to study Polynesian, Native American, and Filipino. I know I have basic knowledge of all three, but I'm trying to really know them as well as I know the others. I know a little bit of Mesopotamian. I studied that. I studied Mesopotamian, Persian, and Turkish because I had people requesting I make videos on those three topics, and I have made videos on those three topics from what I've read. So that's pretty much where the knowledge of mythology came from. It's been a huge part of my life ever since. So I hope that answers your question. Miss Lord says, so many people. Yeah, a lot of people. It's amazing. Kronos shall feast upon children of the gods. We'll see. How are you? I touched on that a little earlier. It's been a very busy day, but honestly, I'm very happy right now. So I'm really happy to be here with you guys. It's really amazing. Hey, hi. A lot of really nice greetings here. I love you guys. If you like mythology, do you like the Hadestown musical? Haven't seen it yet. It's on my watch list. Zagard, Claire, and I might all watch it together, and I'm going to talk about it in a future video. But it's on my list of things to check out. It's a very long list, by the way, because people keep suggesting amazing stuff to me, and I love it when you do. Don't get me wrong. It's just, you got to remember, I do have a lot going on, so it might take me a while to get to some things, but I do want to get to Hadestown the musical. It sounds right up my alley, and I would love to check it out. Wolf with a brush says, please notice me. I noticed you. There you are, Wolf with a brush. How you doing? Favorite legend? I think it might be the 12 Labors of Heracles. I always loved Heracles as a kid, both Heracles and Hercules. Same guy, just different names. Hercules is the Roman/Disney name. But yeah, I love the 12 Labors of Heracles. Super cool, story. That's probably my favorite one. It's really awesome, but there's so many other legends I love, but that one probably is my favorite. Use a hair clip. I probably should. We'll see. You can't restrain this. You cannot contain the hair. You cannot. It is free to do as it wishes. I believe in free hair. # free hair. Q Haba says, hello, notice me. I have noticed you. There you are. How you doing, Q Haba? Hopefully I pronounced that right and didn't just make a complete idiot of myself. Hi to you too, Derek. Derek is saying hi a lot. Well, hello, Derek. How you doing? Mr. McMagic's back. Great job on 10K. You are doing a great job. Thank you so much, Mr. McMagic. You're really great. It's a really supportive guy, always showing up for live stuff. It's always nice to see you. And thank you so much for that. All right, Madison Lewis says hi to you too, Madison. Maddie is my real name. Well, hello, Maddie. How you doing? Doing good? Yeah. I already noticed you, Wolf with a brush. Lily, the Gotcha creator. You deserve more subs. Oh, thank you. I mean, more are coming. I'm sure there's going to keep being more and more. It's been a really great experience, and I've been really welcomed by this community. You guys have been really great. Now, of course, I get my hate comments here and there, but something to remember, if you're going to create stuff, there's always going to be hate comments. There's always going to be dislikes. Honestly, it's a kind of a sign you're starting to do well once the dislikes and hate comments start showing up, because that means you're getting more popular. More people are seeing you, not just the people who will like you blindly. It's all over the place. And the important thing to remember is, even if you're getting hate comments, just look how high is your like ratio and how many nice comments are there, because that'll show you the general idea of how people actually feel about your stuff, and you got to remember, like, the mean people are the loudest people, but they're not the majority. Like, just like, don't worry about the vocal minority. Now, if you have like a 80% dislike ratio, maybe you did something wrong. So that's the main thing to remember. And I've got such nice stuff on all my stuff, so I feel really good. I'm really happy. I'm pretty new, but I love your videos. Thank you, Bob. I mean, it's great. It doesn't matter if you're new or not. Like, the fact that you enjoy my content makes me really happy. And honestly, it's really cool that I can keep like attracting new people after, I've been doing this for about a year now, and I'm really proud of some of the stuff I've done, and I'm really proud of what I've managed to accomplish. And a lot of it is thanks to like my business partner Wilda, as I've said before. But yeah, this is very much our creation, and I'm very proud of it. I'm very happy about it. What is wrong with my hair? Miss Mystery. You should just call yourself Mystery. That would be cool. I may be starting the questions early, but if you could be one of the Greek gods or goddesses for a day, which one would you be? Ooh, okay, you said Greek specifically. I really like Hades. He's my favorite Greek god. But would I want to actually be him? I would want... People have asked me if I were to be a type of god, what type would I be? And I've always said either underworld god or trickster god. It's probably more likely trickster god because that's more fun. If I was actually going to be a god, actually it might be Dionysus. Because imagine just how much fun you could have being Dionysus for a day. Just partying and drinking and having fun with everybody. If I could be a god for a day, I think it would be Dionysus, because I like parties. I host parties a lot, like, well, not now because we're in a quarantine, but before this quarantine, I was hosting like monthly parties and stuff, because I like to get all my friends together, because I really like everyone to be able to keep contact and not lose touch with each other. And I like to give everyone a little break from, work and everything. And so I would often host parties, which I would pay for because, I was saving money living with my family, so I didn't have to cover a lot of rent. So I would use some of my spare cash to try to host events to make, people have a good time. And hopefully I can start doing that again soon. But, right now things are tough. Who is your favorite Greek god? I just said it's Hades. Yeah, Hades is my favorite Greek god, and I think he's a lot of people's favorite. Actually, here, let me show you guys something. I'll be right back. Check it out. Hades. This is from Greece. Yeah, statue of the guy. Cerberus there. Got the bident and everything. I love Hades. Sorry, I just got to move my setup back. You are my favorite YouTuber. Oh, there's a lot of YouTubers out there, really? Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, thank you, empty space. It's nice to know that the empty space loves me. Yeah. You're so easygoing. Well, I try to be, It's cool. Thank you. My friend and I are from Florida. We're going to Universal, and we started binging your vids. Oh, that's awesome, Marie. I'm glad I could be a source of entertainment during your trip. Like, honestly, it makes... trip, the thing to universe. I'm glad I could be a source of entertainment while you guys were having fun. That makes me really happy. It's something I've had those moments where on trips I discover someone and I start binging their stuff, and it's really amazing to think that now I'm actually doing that. So it's really makes me happy to know that I can be a source of fun for people. I love how you portray Hades and Persephone because it's so wholesome and amazing. Yeah, well, I thank you. I do try to, when I can, I try to portray the gods the way I typically have seen them through how I've read them. Now, sometimes I'll portray them in just cartoony ways or silly ways because at the end of the day, it's all about just, is the video funny? But yeah, Hades truly, like, there's alternate versions, like either he kidnapped her or she came willingly. But either way, he does have a legitimate love for her. And even in the version where he did kidnap her, that's not really his fault. That's Aphrodite and Eros' fault because they shot him with the arrow to make that shit happen. And again, I guess you could say, being in love doesn't mean you have to handle it that way. But, whatever. It's everybody's fault. But yeah, yeah, I'm glad you like the way it is. It seems a lot of people like the way it is. Actually, I think my most viewed video is the video about Persephone called "Helping Persephone," and it makes me really happy that that one got so popular because that one was took me a while to make, and I'm really glad people like it. Be right back. Have to do something real quick because doggos are crazy. Okay, you do what you got to do. It's cool that you have doggos. I love doggos. Doggos are amazing. Paper Crane says I'm pretty new as well. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the party. The Viking Yeti says, "Hope you are doing well." Thank you very much, Viking Yeti. I'm doing all right, you know, as well as someone can do in the quarantine. It's rough. It's a little one thing that's rough is that they shut all the gyms down because I was making a lot of progress. I've been trying to lose some weight lately because I gained a lot of quarantine weight, and I'm happy to say I successfully lost it all. I lost all the weight I gained during quarantine, but I was on a roll. I wanted to keep losing weight, and I was doing really well. But then they shut the gyms down. And don't get me wrong, there are other ways to get exercise. It's just a lot easier and faster with the gym itself because they have such a range of things you can do, and I'm so much more motivated when I'm down there. But unfortunately, that it's a new challenge. But but I am doing well overall. I mean, I've got all of you guys, and it makes me really happy. So I'm doing pretty well. I'm gonna leave this in the background of my Ark playthrough because you will make me laugh, and I also really like mythology, so double whammy. Awesome! Yay! Yay! I'm background audio! Yay! I'm very happy to hear that, Ashton Kane. It's awesome that you enjoy me enough to multitask. Yeah, I do that a lot too. While I'm playing video games, I'll usually have some YouTube stuff playing while I'm watching. Like I'll usually be listening to like Yong Ya or R Slash or one of the many reviewers I watch. So it's something I enjoy doing, and so now once again, it's pretty interesting to know that that's going on with my videos now. Speaking of which, Derek says, "I love your videos." Thank you, Derek. I love you. You are an awesome fan. Every single one of you is so great. That's why I do these things. I love interacting with all of you. Rain is fake. Hey, you remember me? I do remember you. Yeah, it's like I'm really worried one day like it's gonna get really hard to keep up. It's actually already getting to that point where it's really hard to keep up with everything and everybody. But for as long as I can, hopefully I can keep doing it. Jack P says hello to you too, Jack. Knox the artist, I love your videos. They're quite funny. Aw, thank you, Knox. I'm very glad to hear that. I'm trying to make them funny, so it's great to hear that they are quite funny. Mr. Leo Rio says, "Hi, I found you from..." Oh, I think you said this earlier. But yeah, glad to hear you love my channel. Paper Crane says, "But your vids are so good." Thank you. All right, I'm a Lokian and I love your videos. I'm not entirely sure what Lokian means, but I'm very glad to hear you love my videos. Thank you very much, Ray Garcia. All right. Wolf with a brush. Hello. How are you doing, Wolf with a brush? All right. Maria says, "I love your Tinder vids." Thank you. As I told you, those are mainly the baby of my business partner, Wilda. I do help make them and I do the voices, but those are like, she is the master behind those. So, I'm very grateful to her for doing all that, but I'm very glad that you like them so much. Red Royalty says, hello to you too, Red Royalty. Mike Davies, hey, sorry if I am going on a rant, but your actual great thing is actually greater new best. Okay, Mike, I'm not entirely sure what you're trying to say. I'm sorry. Maybe there was some autocorrect there. But I'm very interested to hear what you were saying. So, like, hopefully you can maybe rewrite that. Phantom Farts 76 says, "How long do you spend on a vid?" Very much depends on the vid. Some vids, what's funny is they're all less than a minute long, mostly, but sometimes they take hours to make, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Well, one is thinking of the joke. Like, let's assume I'm going in with nothing prepared. Thinking of the joke is completely random. You never know how long that's going to take. Sometimes the first thing I'll always do when I'm trying to think of a brand new joke is I will go through all of the requests. I keep a record of every request everyone's ever made, which is getting really hard now, but I'm doing the best I can. I go through all the requests and see if anything sparks, anything comes to mind. And if nothing sparks or comes to mind, then I'm just going to have to put that in reserve. Also, another thing I do is I have notes on my phone where I have small ideas for videos, but none of them are fully realized. It's just cool, like things that have happened in mythology where I feel like there's clearly a joke there. And then, and so whatever, I go through all of these processes, and then let's say I have a joke now. Now, is it like, am I just making a pun? Because if I'm just making a pun, that takes freaking 20 seconds. It takes like 20 seconds to record, and then I just have to put in all the info and everything and upload. But if I'm making like one of those full sketches, especially one where I have to change outfits, like let's say I'm doing Zeus talking to Persephone, well, I gotta like go put on the Zeus shirt. I've got to record all of Zeus's scenes, and then I've got to go put on the Persephone towel and record the Persephone scenes. And some things that are really annoying is I do not live alone in this house. Other people keep making noise, and noise is coming from outside because freaking construction is going insane out there. And sometimes it ruins the take of the video and I have to reshoot. And sometimes I record these on TikTok, and I hate this about TikTok. I loved about Vine? Vine would let you press any part of the screen and it would start recording. TikTok has this little button that you have to hit to record. And yeah, that sounds like, yeah, it's a button. What's the big deal? Here's the problem though. When I'm making a sketch, I'm not looking at the camera when I start recording, because that would look weird. Hey, I'm looking at the camera, then I look away. I can't do that. So I look away and I start recording, and I'll sometimes do a whole take only to look back at the phone and realize my thumb is a millimeter off of the button and it didn't record anything I just did. And it's so upsetting. And sometimes TikTok will just glitch out in these weird ways. Sometimes the app will crash halfway through a take, and everything I did is just gone. Or sometimes while I'm recording, it'll just stop recording in the middle of it for no reason. Or sometimes, sometimes this actually happens a lot. Sometimes I'm recording and my phone's notification that you're at 20% or less pops up, and that cancels out my recording. And so stuff, or if somebody calls me, because even if I turn do not disturb on, that doesn't apply while your phone is open. So sometimes people call me and ruin it, or sometimes people like who I live with will burst into my room and ruin it. And so all of that stuff, plus sometimes I'll do everything will go right, nothing will interrupt it, but I'll look at it and I just don't like the way I did that take. So then I have to redo the take, and then freaking 50 million things go wrong. So it's always rough. In fact, I'm thinking about making a video where I go a little behind the scenes and tell you guys about some of the videos that were the biggest pains to make. Tell me if you guys think that would be a fun idea. But so yeah, sometimes a video can take as little as 30 seconds to freaking 3 hours to make, depending on the video. And how much goes wrong. Yeah, and the video that took me the longest to make was my Mulan review, because that's not a less than a minute video. That's a full-scale review, which took me 20 hours to make, and God, that was hard to make. But it's all worth it when I see you guys loving the videos and enjoying it. So, it sounds like I'm complaining a lot, and I'm complaining a little about like some of the process, but I don't regret making them. And I'm very happy with what I do, and I'm very happy with the final products almost all of the time, and I'm very happy to see you guys enjoy them. So, it's all worth it in the end. It really is. Okay, how do you feel about Eurydice and? I feel like we're missing. I think you were trying to say Eurydice and Orpheus. I feel like that's a really bummer story. Like, it's so sad. Orpheus couldn't freaking resist temptation for freaking 2 more minutes. Come on, man. Like, even if you believe Hades is lying to you, like, what is there to be gained from looking behind you? Like, worst case scenario, she's not there. Best case scenario, she's not there. Worst case scenario, she is there and you lose her. Either way, there's no reason to look behind you. So that was just dumb. I was always mad at Orpheus when I was a kid. Hi, I'm a new... Oh, crap. Just suddenly scrolled past. Oh, shoot. Oh, things suddenly went so far down. Okay, sorry. God, I am way behind the chat. I'm going to have to start trying to answer these a little faster. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to... Oh, no, I think some of the older messages are gone. Oh, crap. Oh no, I can't get to the older ones now. Oh, dang it. Dang it. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. The freaking chat suddenly went all the way to the bottom, and I tried to scroll back up, but it won't let me scroll all the way back up. I don't know what's going on there. All right. Well, I'm sorry, guys. If I haven't answered some of your questions and they're before this one I'm about to read, maybe just re-ask. So I'm really sorry, guys. All right, so the earliest one I can get to is from A. Hey, A. He says, "How well is the game doing? The game that I'm working on. It's so far it's progressing. It didn't progress much last month because it was holidays, and a lot of the artists who I've hired are wanted to obviously take some time for Christmas and New Year's, which is fine. Yeah, take time for Christmas and New Year's. But it's still coming along really nice, and we're still sharing new art pieces every week on Instagram that are going to be in the game. Um, I'm really proud. I'm trying to finalize the instruction booklet. Because one thing I've realized is the instructions for my game work really well, but I still need to come up with ways to explain away certain specifics that are like misunderstandings with people. So I'm trying to finalize the full rule book for the game. And hopefully in the end it will work well. This Q&A is more like a bunch of people talking to a Greek teacher. Well, it honors me that you think of me that way, honestly. Versus Legionnaire. Hello, how's it going? It's going pretty well right now, VS Legionnaire. I'm a little bummed that I can't look at some of the older questions, but hopefully people will just re-ask some of them. All right, Zaggard is here. He says squawk. Squawk to you too as well. All right, Viking Yeti. Who is your favorite god other than Hades? Do you mean in Greek mythology or in mythology in general? Because if we're just talking favorite god other than Hades, it's probably Sun Wukong, the Monkey King from Chinese myth. And if we're talking in Greek mythology, it's probably either Heracles when he became a god, or I really like Hermes and Dionysus. I just love they're freaking I like Hermes because I like pranksters, and I like Dionysus because he's a party guy. But those are some of my favorites. John Cummings, please stop spamming. You're being weird. If you could be any hero, who would it be? Also love your videos. Now, also thank you for saying you love my videos. Thank you very much, Communist Yeet. One of the things I'm tempted to say is Heracles, because I would like the super strength, but then again, it might be hard to control, and he kind of lost his whole life to it. I do really like Perseus. I also really like some of the Japanese heroes, like Momotaro and Isunboshi. But, if I want a happy ending with a freaking kingdom and a wife and awesomeness, and I'd probably want to be Perseus, Like everyone else had a lousy thing. No one needs to know says they got to go. Oh, sorry about that. No one needs to know. Well, it was nice to have you here. Lazybug says, I love how you think so positive. You do deserve more subs. Oh, thank you, Lazybug. Yeah, well, I try to think positively because otherwise, if it's just going to be rough. I've thought negatively a lot in my life, and it makes things harder. So, Lily, the Gotcha creator, says half of the information I learned from Greek mythology was from your channel. Oh, yay! That's amazing. I'm very proud of that. Well, great. You do remember though, there are some videos on my channel that are not entirely accurate because I just tried to make them funny, the whole Greeks making up Dionysus just to get drunk. That was just a joke for the video. A lot of people thought I was being serious there, but no, I wasn't. It's a joke for the channel. A lot of the things are based on actual myths though, but yeah, I'm very glad that you've learned from my channel. I'm very happy to hear that. No one needs to know says they'll be back though. Great, glad to hear it. Zaggard is squawking, good for him. Phantom Farts really wants me to use a hair clip. Sorry, I'm not. I don't have one right now. Lily says Hades is also her favorite. I support this. Aaliyah says, are there any Hades kids here? I did a video. I don't want to give it away, but I did do a video where I took the Riordan quiz of who my godly parent is, and I was pretty happy with the result. So if you want to know who my godly parent is, there's a video for that called Who's My Godly Parent quiz. Brain is Fake says hi. Hi to you too. I mean, weren't we just talking earlier? Okay, cool. Okay. Guys, when someone's spamming, you can just ignore them. If I get further down and this keeps up, I might have to ban this person. But yeah. Honestly, the meta commentary of your videos is amazing. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Hudson. Oh, it's awesome. Like, I'm really glad you enjoy it so much. Yay. I do plan to keep up the work. Hopefully it will stay great. Do you have it? Do you have super chats yet? Oh, Zagra. No, I don't have it yet. I'm gonna look into that. Communist eat. I already answered that. If you could hang out with one god, who would it be? Ooh, good question. Now, my favorite god is Hades. Is he fun to hang out with, though? If I get to pet his dog, he is. I do want to pet his dog. I feel like I'd want to hang out with Hermes, but I also wouldn't be able to keep up with him. And also Dionysus, I feel like I couldn't keep up with him either. I'd want to hang out with Dionysus if I also had a godly liver, basically. But I would love to hang out with Hades and play with his dog and just talk to him about how things are in the underworld. Actually, I'd have a lot of questions for him, so maybe it would be him. Mr. McMagic says, always remember that for each dislike on your videos, you get many more likes. Just block out the haters and keep it up. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. There's way more likes than dislikes. And, if people don't like my content, that's totally fine. It's all subjective, and it's not for everybody. But what's important is there clearly is an audience for this, and people really like it. And I'm very happy about that. So I definitely will keep it up. Is there going to be a Norse God's Head Tinder Part 2? There absolutely is. In fact, one of the main definite reasons there will be is because we actually created Tinder profiles for 4 Norse gods for that first one, but we couldn't fit them all in because TikTok has a 60-second limit, and the only way to fit them all in would have been to talk ridiculously fast, and it wouldn't have been fun that way. So part 1 only has 3 Norse gods instead of the 4 we were planning, and it's the same for the Roman gods because we had the exact same problem. We're definitely going to do a part 2. We already have one of the Norse gods for that totally done, and we've already come up with some good ideas for the second one who's going to be in that. I don't know if there will be 3 or 4 Norse gods, but we'll see. It depends on time constraints, but there will definitely be more Norse gods having Tinder, Jack, so you don't have to worry too much about that. All right. Yeah, AA really wants to know how well the game is going. Well, hopefully you gathered from some of the stuff I said earlier, and I'm really hoping we can launch the game this year. If things go well and we find a good manufacturer, hopefully we can launch the game this year. That's really what I want to do. Hopefully we can at least launch the Kickstarter for it this year. That's something I really want to get done this year. Okay, if you could be a Norse god, which one would you be? Okay, Norse god. Which Norse god would I want to be? I do like kind of how much of a bro guy Thor is. I like Loki's powers, but I don't want to be, tied down in a cave. I mean, if we're talking just having their abilities and not like being resigned to their fate, it would probably be Loki. Because I like trickster gods, and I would want to be a trickster god. But also, I think it would also be a lot of fun to be Thor with all of his power, and he's got an awesome wife and everything. I think Thor has a pretty good life. So it would either be Loki for the fun or Thor for the good life. I wouldn't want to be any of the gods because they are so messed up on the inside. That is totally fair. Gods all have issues. I think the only god who kind of has it together is Hestia. Favorite Norse god, asks Jack. It's Loki. Like I just said, I love trickster gods. I love that Loki will do just about anything to get a laugh, including tying his testicles to a goat and letting the goat yank on them. I respect that. He gets a lot of points from me for that. And I know he ends up doing some evil shit, but I still think he's so much fun. I'm looking forward to the Loki show that's coming to Disney Plus. Hopefully that'll be good. That statue is dope. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like it. I like that you are interactive with your fans. Yeah, I honestly I think it's the least I can do. You guys are so supportive and so nice, and all of the success I'm finding now is like thanks to you guys. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not like swimming in money or anything, but I am very happy with what I have. I am very happy to get so much support and so much love for what I'm doing. And hopefully when I launch my game, you guys will at least be interested in it, and hopefully it'll do well and I can give something to you guys that you'll all really like. And you know, honestly I like interacting with you guys. I really do. So like I've been looking forward to this Q&A for a while, honestly, and I'm really happy to do it. My grandmother once called me demonic because I said Hades was my favorite Greek god. Yeah, not everyone gets like that underworld god doesn't necessarily mean the devil. So you could just tell her, Grandma, there are no demons in Greek mythology, despite what that show Blood of Zeus says. Okay, big fan of the boo boo sound effect you make. Thank you. Are you talking about when I go doo doo? Yeah, that's just something I kind of do offhand. Yeah, Wilda has pointed that out to me many times. She's like, you notice you say doo doo a lot, and I'm like, do I? Oh, doo doo. Hi to you too, Blue Soul Ati Wolf. All right, that is a super cool Hades statue. Indeed, it is. If Joe Biden was a god, which god would it be? I don't know. I don't want to get political on this channel, honestly. I honestly don't want to get political here, so I'm sorry, but I don't want to get too far into that one. Sorry I had to go. What I miss? I don't know exactly when you went, so you missed me saying words. Sorry. Sorry. You are a YouTuber, apparently. Hi to you too, Avery. Have you ever been to Greece, Scandinavia, Egypt, etc.? Also, I really like your videos. Thank you. Thank you very much, Communist Need. I've been to Greece. I've been to Rome. I've got souvenirs of all the places I've been. I'm not gonna. What the heck? Okay, just bear with me. Okay, now. See those? Those are souvenirs from some of the places I've been. We got Edinburgh, like Mexico, Rome, Italy. You can put the pieces together. And yeah, if you want a better look at some of these, I did a video called the MythologyGuy Studio Tour, and yeah, that's where I show them off a little better. But yeah, I have been to, a lot of parts of Europe, and I have not been to Africa though. I would like very much to go to Egypt. It is one of my goals before I die. I want to go to a real pyramid. That's something I really want. I've been to a Mexican pyramid, but never an Egyptian one. I would like to very much to see a real Egyptian pyramid, and I would love to add a souvenir of the Great Sphinx of Giza to those souvenirs over there. That would. Ooh, there goes my mic. Sorry, I just picked up the whole setup, so I gotta reset it. So, yeah, I would very much like to go to Giza and such. Who knows, like if I could hang out at a tomb or something, that would be cool too. I've been to Egyptian like tombs and stuff in museums, but never in actual Egypt, and that would be amazing. Okay, Zaggard, yes, I have hair. Yes, my eyes are round. What's up with that? Blue Soul asked, who is my favorite god? I said earlier it is Hades. Why don't I nail some in the different mythologies? In Greek, my favorite god is Hades. In Egyptian, my favorite god is Anubis. In fact, I have an Anubis statue over there too. Here, take a look. Can you see it? It's over near the box. Next to the Skeletor statue, there's an Anubis statue. All right. In Chinese, my favorite god is Sun Wukong. In Aztec mythology, my favorite god is Mictlantecuhtli, the god of the underworld. In Norse mythology, it's Loki. In Japanese, did I ever pick a favorite for Japanese? Honestly, I love a lot of the Japanese gods. I really like Hachimon. I really like Izanami. I really like Raijin and Fujin and Amaterasu. I don't know. I haven't picked a favorite Japanese god. In Hindu, it's Kali, goddess of destruction. She's amazing. In Celtic, I don't think I've picked a favorite god yet. But yeah, those are some of my favorite gods in different mythologies. Your beard is yellow. Thank you, Zagard. That Hades statue looks godly. I should hope so. It's literally a god. You are my favorite YouTuber too. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Lily. Oh god. Do you know the legend of He Who? I'm afraid I do not, Emmett. You're gonna have to tell me about that one. How well is the game doing? I love the art. I bet it will be good when it comes out. I'm very glad you love the art, AA. And I really hope it'll be good when it comes out. I've test played it with friends a lot. We've test played like an alpha version that doesn't use the finalized art. So in order to just test how the game plays, and so far I think it plays really well. I'm actually really, really, really proud of it. I've gotten a ton of positive feedback from all kinds of people. From friends and family, which I know doesn't really count, but also from random people at like comic book stores and stuff. I've gone and I've tested the game. This was before quarantine. I've tested it there with them, and I've gotten a ton of great feedback. And also, like, I've even shown it to. I've went and I've talked to some people who like make a living making games or writing mythology-based stories, because thankfully I was able to call in some favors and get into contact with some. And just to run the game by them and stuff, because obviously I can't get a ton of their time. But from what they told me, they really liked it. Like I talked to, there's a cool book on Amazon Kindle called Marauder. And I actually got to talk with the author, David Roach, and I played my game with him back when there was only Greek in Egypt. And he actually really enjoyed it. And he said, because he was a big aficionado of Norse myth, he really wanted Norse myth in the game. And Norse myth is in the game now. I should really get back into contact with him when this quarantine is over and see what he thinks of my Norse deck. So, yeah, hopefully it will be great when it comes out. I just need to handle some specifics with it to make sure like people don't, break the game with unfair stuff. Phantom says, Mythology Guy is the YouTube god of messy hair. I will take that. I will take that title. Zachard says, I'm just going to keep going until he says stop. Stop. Okay, Zachard. Your vids are very much appreciated. Thank you very much, Paper Crane. You guys are very much appreciated. I hope you guys know that. You guys are amazing. How long has this been going on? Well, it's 6:44, so it's been about 50 minutes, a little less, because I think I started at 5:56, so around 50 minutes. I don't know. So I hope that answers your question, Alice. In my opinion, you are the most underrated YouTuber out there. Thank you, Hudson. It's really awesome. I don't think I'm that underrated though, like because the people, you guys are really like I have a really great response from all of you guys, and honestly, we will never truly know who is the most underrated. That's you can't know because if what if there is someone way better that you don't know about, and thus they are even more underrated than I am. But I'm very happy with the responses I get, and I'm really happy with you guys. But thank you for saying that. It's nice. Alice says, "Can y'all like slow down, please?" Hey, like, got a lot of people. Like, I'm gonna do my best to get to as many comments as possible. Mr. McMagic says, something that really gets on my nerves as a lover of Hades is how people think he is a bad guy because of the Hercules movie. I totally get that. Yeah, Hades gets a bad rap in the media. Everybody portrays him as a villain. One thing I liked in the first Percy Jackson book, and I'm going to get into some mild spoilers here, is at first they make it look like Hades is going to be the villain. And I was like, okay, we're doing this. But then they actually handled him in a different way and a more like accurate to mythology way. And so I was very happy to see that. And so, yeah, that's one of the things I liked about that. But here's the thing. Even though Hades is like not the way he actually is in mythology in the Hercules movie, I absolutely love Hades in the Hercules movie. James Woods, my God, That is my favorite Disney villain ever. It's just so entertaining. From his first entrance, like, is this an audience or a mosaic? I love that. I love that role. And I love that James Woods comes back to play the character all the time, like in every freaking Kingdom Hearts games. I love James Woods for that. Okay. Will you ever explore some Brazilian mythology? Asks Nicole. Maybe eventually. I'm trying to explore one at a time. I know I just said Polynesian, Native American, and Filipino, but in that order. And I'm just more trickling in because people keep requesting stuff. And don't get me wrong, keep requesting stuff. That's totally fine. I'm just saying, like, I've got a lot going on. But yeah, if the card game I'm making is successful, I eventually want to get pretty much every mythology in there. So that would hopefully eventually include Brazilian mythology. So yeah, eventually at some point, if you want me to make a video about Brazilian mythology, I can try to do a quick like study of some of it and maybe make a video about it. If that's what you want me to do, feel free to like let me know. You are my second favorite YouTuber, only beat by Mr. Beast. Aww. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah, Mr. Beast is like the nicest guy ever. I wanna run into him and hopefully he'll give me like 100 bars of gold. I'm kidding around, but I would honestly love to meet Mr. Beast at some point. I'd love to go like work with him. Like I'd love to, because I think it would just be so much fun. Like the kinds of videos he makes where he literally just gives so much shit away to make people happy. I'd love to be a part of that. I'd love to see the reactions on people's faces. I think that would be so much fun. Like one thing I would do, I've worked at a place called the Museum of Ice Cream, and I would love to just give free samples out to kids and like constantly like give them more and more of what they want, and like I would go a little over with some of the servings when I could tell someone was really excited for it, because I just love to see the look in their eye when that would happen. And so this would be like taking it to the ultimate level. I would really love to join Mr. Beast on one of his great giveaways. I don't think it'll ever happen, but it would be really cool. I mean, who knows? If I ever get as rich as he is, I might do some of that stuff. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hades and Persephone are the most healthy relationship in Greek mythology. Probably, yeah, yeah. I think another pretty healthy one is Dionysus and Ariadne. I think like he's a good husband to her, like from what I can tell. So I mean, unless we're going with the version where freaking Artemis killed Ariadne before she ever even got Dionysus. I think I binged all your compilations. Perfect. Oh, I think you're saying I prefer your mega ones, actually. Thank you. I'm very glad you like my compilations. I'm glad you like the mega compilations. Yeah, I make a mega compilation every time I complete 100 videos. The smaller, like, I know different people like different kinds of things. Some people like to watch things individually. Some people like to spend like 10 to 15 minutes watching something. And there are people who can just sit there for a straight up hour and do it all. So that's why I have all the different stuff. I've got the individual videos, I've got the 20 video compilations, and then I've got the 100 video compilations. The only slightly sad thing about them is I can't monetize most of them because a lot of them have at least one video in them that has copyrighted music. I don't regret making those videos, though. I'm very proud of them. But yeah, it's just the one downside to them. But yeah, I'm very glad you guys like them. Makes me very happy. And for the record, I'm one of those guys who can sit for an hour and watch like one of his favorite creators just going on and on and on. So very happy to hear that I have fans like that too. All right, Mean Guy says, how knowledgeable are you on Slavic mythology and African mythology? Can or will you cover them on the channel one day? I have covered Slavic mythology a couple of times. I made a video joking about how similar Perun is to Thor, and I made another video about Baba Yaga. I know a tiny bit of Slavic mythology, and unless we're counting Egyptian, I unfortunately don't know like almost any African mythology at all. I know a couple of their creatures, but that's about it. If you want me to cover them on the channel, though, I will. Like if you want me to cover African, if you want me to make another Slavic video, I can eventually do that too. In fact, here I need to make a note of these things because otherwise I am gonna forget. Boom. Okay. My class is doing mythology. I should recommend this channel to teacher. Sure, yeah, do it, Aaliyah. That'd be awesome. Honestly, one of the most amazing comments I ever got, I think it was on TikTok, was there was actually a teacher who commented and asked if he could use my videos to show to his class, and I was so honored by that. I was like, yes, please do it, and I'm very happy. And that's not the only time I've gotten a comment like that. Apparently, that's happened a few times, and I've had also some people comment like, hey, I showed this video to my teacher and they loved it, or I showed this video to my teacher and they didn't approve. And I love that stuff. That makes me really, really happy. It really makes me feel like my videos are having a really positive impact. And, I just made them to be funny, but I'm glad you guys like them so much. I do fun facts now, too, because some people requested that I do them. And so, yeah, hopefully those are good for you guys, too. I think you need a mod. Oh, maybe in the future. Would you rather cats or dogs? I'm allergic to cats, but I love both. I absolutely love dogs, though. Fun fact, though, I've actually had a cat before, even though I was allergic, because it was a stray on the street, and it used to follow me home. It would follow me home because I would walk home from school. This was back when I was in school, and this stray cat would follow me home. And one day I just let it in, and it just loved me. This cat loved me. I was allergic to it, unfortunately, so every time I pet it, I'd have to pet it like this, like away from the face, and then I'd have to go immediately wash off afterwards. But this cat absolutely loved me, and I loved the cat. The cat had like gray fur and little white feet. Like its feet were white, and so we called it Socks because it looked like he was wearing socks. And we took it into the vet one day, and it turned out he was very old. I mean, not super old, but like the equivalent of like a human who's in their like 60s. It was pretty old, and I think it had actually lived in a house before because it seemed pretty house trained. It didn't have a collar or anything though, so and it would always come to my house, and it was free to come and go as it pleased. Like it would go hang out on the town and then come back to my house at the end of the day. He seemed house trained because he always knew to go outside to pee and poop and everything, and he was so well behaved. And my brother loved the cat, but the cat loved me most of all. It would always come to me, I think, because I'm the one who let it in. And though eventually he did pass away, like he was only with me for a couple years, but it makes me happy. I feel like I gave him a good home. But to answer your question, I like dogs better. I probably sound like a monster for saying that, but the fact is I love both of them. I'm not allergic to dogs, and dogs are usually more friendly. Have you ever been... oh, yeah, I already answered that. Some of you are re-asking questions because of what I said earlier, which is totally fair. Kay Marley's here. Hello. Hey, that's one of my earliest fans. How you doing, Kay Marley? You doing well? I hope you're doing well. All right, Alice says, Ayo, thanks so much for teaching me mythology like a cool internet teacher. I'm so thrilled to hear about that. Thank you so much for saying that. It makes me really happy. I've been told I should teach mythology, and, maybe. I don't know. I didn't do well in school growing up, honestly, so I don't know how well I could apply for that. I do not know the legend of He Who. You're going to have to explain it to me. Due to COVID, the gyms are closed. That's very true. Lily says, congrats. Thank you. Who is your favorite Egyptian god or goddess? Anubis. I love Anubis. Absolutely love him. He's awesome. He's cool. His design is cool. And he's not a dick, even though he's the child of Set. I actually think it's kind of cool that he's the child of Set, and yet he was raised by Osiris. I like to think he and Horus are like buddies. Like, that's something I always like to think. I also find it funny how his wife Anput is basically the same person as him, just a female. Don't work out unhealthily. Yeah, absolutely true. Like, make sure you're still getting enough food and make sure you're not blowing yourself out. Not in Florida. Okay, interesting thing about Florida. Fire Angel says, your TikToks are hilarious. I love them because I love Greek, Egyptian, and Japanese mythology. Thank you. I'm very happy to hear that. Yeah, I've made several Greek, Egyptian, and Japanese vids, and all three of those mythologies are going to be in the game I'm working on. So, hey, you might like the game I'm working on. I am also a big fan of Greek, Egyptian, and Japanese myths, among several others, as I've said, and it's very wonderful to hear that. Thank you very much, Fire Angel. Can you do one where Heracles meets Hercules? Are you talking about Hercules from the media? Because I think Heracles Greek and Hercules Roman are pretty much the same. Are there big differences between them? I don't know of them. I have done videos where Heracles complains to Disney about the way they portrayed him, if that interests you. If you want, like, if you're talking about Heracles literally meeting, are you talking about Roman Hercules or are you talking about Disney Hercules? It's a little hard to say. Or are you talking about just one of the many other Herculeses in movies? I don't know which one. If you didn't lose weight, it would be hilarious seeing a fat Zeus hit on women. I mean, I'm technically fat now, so you kind of are seeing a fat Zeus hit on women. I mean, you're not seeing an obese Zeus, but yeah, that would be kind of funny. You're right. I'm trying to lose weight too. Hope you keep doing good. Yeah, I hope so too. And good luck to you, Viking Yeti. Gyms are still open here. Good for Florida or bad for Florida. I don't know what's up with Florida. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I am new as well. I know more about Greek mythology in 2 weeks than in 5 years of learning. Oh, you're talking about on this channel. Well, that's wonderful to hear, Nick. I'm very glad I've been a source of education for you. It makes me very happy. These comments are so nice. King Bramucci says, hello, the god parent actually uses an axe and he's god of many things. He is god of many things. Yes, that's why in the video I didn't say he uses a hammer. I said he sometimes uses a hammer because he sometimes does, but his main weapon is an axe. I just mentioned the hammer because the main joke was supposed to be that this kid is just associating everything with Norse mythology rather than Slavic. If you actually deep read Slavic mythology, Slavic does have a ton of differences from Norse. It's just, it does have some similarities, enough to make a joke video out of. So you're absolutely right, King Bramucci. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I just said what I said mainly for the joke, and I didn't technically say things that were inaccurate. I just focused on what would make the video funny. But you are right. His main weapon is an axe. You're perfect the way you are. Oh. If you get to know me, you might not think that. If you get to know me in person, I don't know. But thank you. That's sweet. So sweet. Phantom Farts says they gotta go now. Oh, goodbye, Phantom Farts. We'll miss those Phantom Farts. That's so sad. Planet Fitness is open. I don't know. Gyms are closed here. That's all I can tell you. You should make Zeus and Hera go to marriage counseling and know that now that would make the counselor go insane. That's actually something I've been thinking of, but I will keep a note of that just to make sure I don't forget. Yeah, but that is something I've considered, actually. I think that would be great. Communist Yeet, in case you missed when I said earlier, I have been to Greece, I have been to Scotland, and I have actually I didn't fully mention, so actually this is my fault. I have been to Greece, I have been to Scotland, I have been to Ireland, I have been to Japan. I have not been to China. I have not been to any parts of Africa, including Egypt. I really want to go. I have not yet been to India. I have been to Mexico. So I've been to Greece, Rome, Mexico. I've been to Norway, so the Norselands. I've been to Scandinavia. I've been to the Celtic places, Scotland and Ireland. I've also been to England, and I've been, like, you can see it on all the souvenirs I had there. I've been to a lot of places. It's kind of hard to remember them all off the top of my head right now. I actually don't have a great memory, despite like what people might think. I have a very weird selective memory. I've been to Japan, but not China. I do eventually want to go to all these places. I've been to several, but not all. So that I hope that fully answers your question, Communist You. Your videos are hilarious. Thank you very much, Fire Angel. You're sweet. I really like that. That makes me happy. Kay Marley says, I love that idea. Oh, I assume you're talking about the marriage counseling thing. Yeah, I love that idea too. Connor Calloway says, bro, can you tell me some stuff about Greek lore? You are smart, so can you? Aw. Well, I mean, there's so much. What do you want to know? Like, I mean, I've talked about Greek lore all the time in my videos. I'll tell you one thing that a lot of people don't know. Persephone is Zeus's daughter. Yeah, Zeus and Demeter. There's alternate versions, but that is the main version as far as I know, and it's the version I prefer. There are versions where, like, Demeter isn't even a god. She's one of the Titans. I don't like that. It doesn't make any sense. And there are also versions where Persephone's father was just some mortal, and that makes no sense at all. Because every time a god has bred with a mortal, it has not resulted in another god. It has resulted in a demigod. Now, granted, sometimes demigods are made into gods, like Heracles rose to godhood after his death, but he wasn't born a god. Now, some of you might be thinking, wait, Dionysus's mom was mortal. But here's the thing. Dionysus's mom died while she was still pregnant with him, and Zeus took Dionysus' fetus and stuck it in his own thigh. So Zeus birthed Dionysus from his thigh. So Zeus is kind of both parents of Dionysus. So Dionysus technically has, godly blood on both sides. So granted, it's very incestuous and weird, but whatever. I think he got his godhood from being born from Zeus. So yeah, I don't like the whole Persephone's father is just some guy, and I really don't like the whole Demeter is a Titan, not a god. I never liked that stuff. I prefer and that doesn't invalidate it. I'm just telling you the versions I prefer. But yeah, I prefer the versions where Demeter is Zeus's sister and where Zeus is Persephone's father, because in my opinion, even though that's still messed up, it all makes a lot more sense to how mythology works. So hopefully there's a little bit of lore for you. Persephone's father is Zeus. Not a lot of people know that. People have asked me multiple times who Persephone's father is, and now you know. All right. King Bramucci says, I love your content. It's hilarious, except the puns. Oh, well, that's okay. If you don't like the puns, you don't like the puns. Not everyone likes the puns. Will just sometimes growls at me when I make puns. Lily asks, have you ever watched Twisted Doctor? I have not. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of Twisted Doctor. Kai Plays is here. Kai says, hi, remember me? Yes, I do. There you go. I'm the one that asked for a forehead reveal. Yes. Well, there it is again. There's if you look closely, you can see my scar from when I was in preschool and some kid whacked me in the head with a toy fire truck. Yep. Of all the things to have a scar from. Nicole says, hey, dude, will you ever make... Brazilian again. Yeah, actually, I'm glad you asked that again, because now I can take a pic so that I don't forget. Yeah, eventually I hope to. Make something related to Brazilian mythology. Yeah, eventually. So now you're asking me to specifically make something. So you want a video based on Brazilian mythology. Okay, yeah, well, that's what the picture's for. I'll keep a note of that, and I will at some point try to learn a little bit of Brazilian and get it into a video, and hopefully that'll make you happy. I want you guys to be happy. You guys make me super happy. I want to make you happy. What is the funniest fact about Loki that not a lot of people may know? In my opinion, it's that fun fact I did a while ago where he literally... This is, in my opinion, actually the funniest lesser-known fact about Loki. The fact that the gods had to make Scotty laugh in order to fulfill a deal they made with her. And so what Loki did was he tied his testicles to a goat, and the goat jumped and yanked on his testicles, making him yelp and scream, and that's what made Scotty laugh. I absolutely love that. I believe that is the funniest lesser-known fact about Loki. That is what I believe. All right. I respect that he did that. Anything to get a laugh. So that's what I think, J-Star Random. Okay. Okay, getting some repeat questions, and I totally get why. So I don't fault you guys for that. But I think I have caught up with the repeat questions, so I don't think you guys need to repeat anymore. I feel like soon there's going to be a cult called the Mythology Andrew cult. My name is Andrew, for anyone who didn't know. I hope not. I'm not a fan of cults. Cults are not a good thing. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Some people tell me, hey man, you're a god, you're ascending to godhood. It's like, I'm a guy making videos on the internet. I'm not a god, guys. I'm just a guy doing stuff. So like, I love that you're fans, but please don't start a cult. Please don't. What does your shirt say? Oh yeah, this is a quote from Friends that Chandler said. It says, I'm not great at the advice. Can I interest you in a sarcastic comment? Yeah, Friends is my favorite show ever, so I've got a couple of Friends shirts. You may have seen this and the other friend's shirt in some previous videos. So yeah, that's what my shirt says. Will you do a if the Celtic gods have Tinder? Well, if you want me to, yeah, I can do that. Just keep a little note of that too. Yeah, I can do that. Future vid, sure. I love the Celtic gods. If the Egyptian gods had Tinder, oh, that was captured in the picture of the previous one. Great. Yeah, I can do that in the future too. No problem. People seem to really love the Tinder videos, so I'm happy to keep making more. And yeah, including more mythologies is a good way to keep it interesting. So yeah, I can do that. What does your shirt say? I already answered that. I do not know the legend of He Ho. Okay, I hope that answers your question. I do not know the legend of He Ho. He Who, whatever. I don't know if this is a joke. I'm just not in on. What is your favorite type of video that you do? Ooh, God. In my opinion, the best videos that I make are the sketches. It kind of depends though, like, because I am really proud of like my fun fact about my Halloween fun fact video. Also, that video got 3.5 million views on TikTok. Actually, that's most views I've ever gotten for one video. So that's actually that video actually did so well. It's popped up on other websites and apps and stuff. I'm really proud of that. It's amazing. My friends were like, "Dude, I just saw you on iFunny. What's up? What's going on?" I'm like, "I don't have an iFunny, huh? That's interesting." Yeah. Favorite ones to make? Puns. They're so easy. But videos I'm most proud of are usually like my sketches. Like I'm really proud of a lot of them. I'm also really proud of my Mulan review. It's the first review I've ever made, and I think it kind of shows because I don't know how to edit. I had to kind of teach myself how to edit to make that video, and I feel like it suffers a little because of that. But I think I am the most proud of my sketch videos. Like the videos where like two characters interact and there are jokes. Like I'm really proud of my Ixion video. I think I did a great job on that, and I think it came out really well. That one was a request from a fan, and they really liked it, so I'm really happy about that. But yeah, so that's the basic answer to that. I think his chat is very slower on a different time zone. No, I'm just way I'm way back in the chat because I don't want to skip people's questions. That's just what's going on. Would you ever consider doing videos on Korean mythology? It's difficult finding books about them in English. I don't know Korean mythology, but I could make a note of that and possibly do it in the future. I know that one of the Rick Riordan Presents series is based in Korean mythology. Maybe I could, maybe that'll inspire something. So possibly could do that. Oh, Athestia is here. Hello there. Hey, Athestia. That's one of the older fans there. How you doing? What is your favorite mythology from a certain place? ADC. Yeah, I've been asked this a few times, and as I've said before, I'm going to have to say it's either Greece or Japanese because I really love Japanese, but also Greece is the one I know the most. It's the one that got me in mythology. It feels like such a part of me at this point. It's been integral to my life and to getting me into the other myths. So I owe a lot to Greece. So I would go with Greece. What do you do if the gods had Facebook? I mean, I'll make a note of it, but I don't know if Facebook is quite as comedically possible as stuff like Tinder is. But I've heard other people have made like if like Marvel characters had Facebook and stuff. Maybe I'll check some of that out and see if it inspires any ideas. Glory to the Empire. Indeed, Stormtrooper TK 5331. Where did you get the bean guy? Oh, are you talking about when I made that video about the bean god Kiamedes? Somebody requested that I do that. So I did some research on him and then I made the video about him. Literally, he's just the god of beans. There's like not much to him. Like not much special. If you're talking about something else, please elaborate because I'm not entirely sure otherwise. You should make. Oh yeah, I already answered that. Love your vids, very funny. Thank you very much, Jack Ellingson. Very nice of you. Thank you. Rain is fake. The video comes slower for us, so it's not really like. I don't know about that. Um. Do if the gods have Instagram? Oh, maybe I could. Man, everybody wants the gods on every website, huh? I'll talk to Wilda about that. She knows Instagram a lot better than I do. Hey, just found your channel today and wanted to say that I love you and your vids so far. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Candlestick Caleb. That's wow. Wow, just found someone who just found the channel now already in the live chat. Wow, that's amazing. Wasn't expecting that. Well, wonderful to hear. Welcome to my channel. Welcome. Lily says, I forgot who turned Minth into a mint. That was Persephone. She did that because Minth tried to seduce Hades. And in some versions, she succeeded. Either way, Persephone turns her into a mint. I heard about chocolate and it wasn't funny, so I just snickered. How dare you, sir? How dare you? That is the worst candy bar joke I've heard in the entire Milky Way. Rain is fake says they gotta go. Bye. Oh, well, bye, Rain is fake. I know you're probably already gone by the time I'm reading this, but it was really great having you here. Which is your favorite mythology? I answered that a minute ago. I love you, but hopefully you heard it there. Bye, Rain. Yeah, bye, Rain. How do you punish your pet rock? You hit rock bottom. Oh, the poor pet rock. Now, what would my pet rock say about that? I actually have a rock in here. I think it's. Oh yeah, it's way over there. It's I have a rock in my room because I used it for a couple of videos, like the video where Kronos tells Rhea to give him their son, and then it's just a rock, obviously a story, and where he has a picture of the rock for later. Those are both the same rock, and those are a rock I pulled out from the tree in front of my neighbor's house. And I still have it here. It's my co-star. That rock is my co-star. Communist Yeet, I've answered that question about whether what places I've been to. Hopefully you've heard it. Persephone turning Minth into mint tea vid was one of my favorites. Yay! I'm glad you like that. Yeah, that was another fan request. I think at least half of my videos, my sketch videos, have been fan requests now, because I do have a big following on TikTok, and they request a lot of things. So yeah, a lot of the vids have been fan requests. I still have over 100 that I need to get to, so I don't think I'll be finished with them anytime soon. So I'm glad you like that Crazy for Kindness TV. Can you spend less time on questions because there are a lot of people are asking. Well, it's kind of the purpose of this video is to go into questions. So and I don't want anybody to be left out, so I'm sorry, but there's really no perfect way to handle it. I'm sorry. I like the Suicide Squad Enchantress rock candy figure you have in the background. Oh yeah. This was a gift from my little cousin Evan. He gave me this. It was either birthday or Christmas. I'm not sure which, but yeah, it's a nice little present from him. I'm glad you like it. Mr. McMagic says, I loved your house tour. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, that was a lot of people were asking about seeing my collections of stuff, so I thought that was a good way to do it. What's your favorite food? Pepperoni pizza. I can never get enough of that. In fact, it's my. Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention, you guys. It's my birthday on Monday. Yeah, this Monday is my birthday. I'm gonna eat a ton of pepperoni pizza. I'm gonna hang out with probably just Zaggard, Claire, and Wilda, because we're in the middle of a lockdown, and I don't want to ask people who live super far away to like have to come all the way down here and then like try to get back before the curfew ends. But it's fine. Birthday is a birthday, and honestly, like getting all of these new followers over this past month has felt like a birthday present in and of itself, and I really appreciate every single one of you guys. But yeah, birthday is coming up, and I'm gonna eat a lot of pepperoni pizza. I love pepperoni pizza. Oh crap! The thing just went all the way to the bottom again. What the hell? Why does it keep doing that? Oh, crud. All right. It looks like now, once again, there are some questions that are freaking lost in the chat. Bloody hell. Well, at least I'm further down now than I was before. Rest in peace, Socks. Yeah, rest in peace. Well, he had a good last couple of years of his life, at least. Like we really pampered him over here, so hopefully that makes you guys feel good about that. I love mythology as a hobby, and you make it funny. Your vids are awesome. Can you make mythology breakdown videos? Well, I do fun fact videos. What would be the difference here? Are you saying you want me to go over the entire mythology in and of itself? I mean, I guess I could do that. I could never do that in less than a minute, though. So those would have to be YouTube exclusive videos. But I'll see what I can do. My phone is so full of requests right now. Internet teacher, yes. Thank you, Mysticor. It honestly honors me that you think of me that way. Your mythology pickup lines hurt. Good. That was the idea. I'm glad I could hurt you with my pickup lines. Morgan Store Minecraft. Internet teacher. You guys are sweet. I'm sick, but you are cheering me up. Oh, yay! That makes me really happy, Bayjets. Get well soon, man. Or woman. Whatever gender you are, get well soon. Yeah. Well, it makes me really happy to know that. Okay, Marley D, you don't need a teaching degree to substitute. Oh, that's true. Ace Anderson says, I'm glad you post your TikToks on YouTube because I can't have TikTok, but I love your content. Yeah, that was the idea. One of the nice things about TikTok is whenever you post a video there, it automatically saves to your phone. So it's just immediately post TikTok, video automatically saves, go right to YouTube, upload. Yeah, it's a pretty simple process. So there's really no reason not to do it, honestly. And I know not everyone uses TikTok, so I thought I'd put this stuff on YouTube. And also YouTube lets me like make some longer videos like the compilations, and it lets me do stuff like this, which I really like. So yeah. I'm really glad you like my content. It makes me really happy, Ace. I should ask my questions on your videos because I only got like non-political between Biden one, and that was like half answered yet again, not meant to be political. Oh, well, Mace Lord, if you want to ask anything else, go ahead and like jump in. Like, yeah, like I'm sorry, like there's a lot of questions on this, and I'm doing the best I can. I don't know if Biden was a god. Is there a god of dementia? I don't know. New name Greek mythology teacher. You guys think too much of me, honestly. You guys are so nice. Press F, pay respects to Socks. I paid respects. Have you seen the American Gods show? Not yet. I want to read the books first. Because I hear they're really, really good. I have a lot of stuff on my reading list, but that's one of the things I eventually want to read, and then hopefully I can get to the show after. Boss July says, I really like your videos. Thank you. Makes me very happy that you like my videos. Bell Bells says, how do you feel about Zeus? Zeus is kind of a huge dick. But I wouldn't want to be on his bad side. And, you know, I still like Zeus, like, as much as I like mythology in general. I mean, he's still cool. Like he's a horrible person, but he's still cool. At least there's that. And you know, if honestly, all the Greek gods are bad people except for Hestia. So it's like, you know, pick your poison is really the deal there. Boris Johnson teaches different mythology. A lot of people are telling me I look like Boris Johnson. I don't know what to do about that. Mythology professor, ever seen Country Balls? I have not seen Country Balls, Mace Lord. Unfortunately, I have not seen that. Ooh, what about Inca and Aztec mythology? Oh, are you talking about for videos? I have done Aztec mythology videos, and Aztec mythology is going to be in the game I'm working on, and there will be some hints of Inca in there too. The deck is going to be called the Mesoamerican deck because it's going to be a mixture of Aztec, Mayan, and Inca. So yeah, those three. And I've done videos on Aztec and Mayan. So yeah. There are so many gods and goddesses I mix because of the many variations and similarities. Totally understandable. Yeah, it's very easy to mix a lot of this stuff up. Do you play Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey? They really did a great job with the gods and goddesses. I've played through Origins. I just got Odyssey for Christmas, and I'll play through that eventually. I think I'm going to stream that with Zaggard. But Assassin's Creed Origins, let me tell you what I don't like about these games. It's not Assassin's Creed anymore. These aren't assassin games. When you can stab someone in the neck from behind and it doesn't insta kill them, that's not an assassin game. That's just an RPG. But don't get me wrong, I like the RPG elements. It's just it's not Assassin's Creed now. So they should have just started a new series, honestly, if they were going to do it this way. But I hear Odyssey is really awesome, and I'm excited to play it. I enjoyed Origins for what it was, and yeah, so they did do a good job representing the gods in Origins. They went with Set instead of Isis because of what's obviously been going on lately, and I get that. I'm going to keep calling her Isis though, because that is the name I know her by, and it's her more common name. Hello everyone. Hello to you too, lovely Fly Sweet. Do you know the show Vikings? Yes, it's another thing that's on my things to check out list. Have you always had that haircut? Well, sometimes I cut it and sometimes it grows out longer than this. I mean, you can look at some of my older videos if you want to see things differently. When I was a kid, my parents wouldn't let me grow my hair out. They would cut it down to like here, and I hated that. I always wanted longer hair, and I'm an adult now, so I have longer hair. So, yeah, deal with it. I like my hair this way, honestly. And, girls who I've dated have liked it too. So, amazingly. So I'm going to stick with my hair the way it is. I like it the way it is. And if you don't like the way it is, tough. It's not your hair. If you do like the way it is, cool. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. You're not a fat man. Thank you for saying that. I am overweight though. So yeah. My godly parent was Hades. Good for you, King Bramucci. What do you think of the God of War lore on Norse mythology? Loved it. The previous God of War games were really off when it came to their accuracy to Greek mythology, but it's okay. Like it's just trying. Those games were just trying to be cool, so it didn't matter if it was accurate or not. God of War 4 though was amazing with how well it handled Norse mythology. Clearly, so much effort went into it, and it made me really happy to see. It was really entertaining to listen to and play. So I love the way they handled it. What's your favorite mythology story? Oh, I said this earlier. The 12 Labors of Heracles. I love that. You need to listen to the Hadestown musical. And yes, I am a theater kid. Good job being a theater kid, and I will eventually listen to the Hadestown musical. How is everyone? I'm good. Hopefully we're all good too, lovely Fly Sweet. I can't see the comments he's reading. That's because I'm a little behind. That's why. I'm pretty far behind. Hadestown. All right. Fellow theater kid. Hello to you too. I'm a theater. I wasn't a theater kid. I started theater my senior year of high school and fell in love with it. And it really made me wish I had started earlier. Is this going to be a 2-hour video? Yeah, probably. If you guys are okay with that. He said he's never been. He said somewhere. Yep, that's what I said. Bell says hi to you too. It'd be funny if Heracles addressed how he gets mad when people call him Hercules instead of his true Greek name. Yeah, that would be kind of funny, actually. So yeah, like I could do something like that in a video. I actually did do that in a video. I did that in the Hercules versus Disney video, like where he talks to the head of Disney and talks about how they got everything wrong. What does his shirt say? My shirt says, "I'm not great at the advice. Can I interest you in a sarcastic comment?" It's a quote from Friends that Chandler says. Friends is my favorite show. So yeah, I'm not great at the advice. Can I interest you in a sarcastic comment? Well, I have to take out my dogs, so bye-bye. Oh, bye, lovely Fly Sweet. Hope you have a good day. What's your favorite? Guys, if I've already answered something, I'm gonna have to go past because I'm already way behind. What do you think about Hades and Persephone's portrayal in the God of War games? Oh, it's way off, but it's super cool, at least. I remember when I first saw Hades in God of War 3, I was like, that looks nothing like how Hades would actually look, but that also looks freaking awesome. So I didn't mind too much. I'm not a huge fan of God of War 1 and 2, honestly, for reasons I will get into in the future, but I actually loved God of War 3. It wasn't accurate at all, but it was a ton of fun and it was really cool. So at least there's that. Like, creative liberties, just so long as it gets done, whatever you're trying to accomplish. Have you done a skit with like a few underworld gods talking about their experience with the dead? I feel like that'd be an interesting concept between the many different ones. That is not a bad idea, and I have not done that. I've done stuff like that with other topics. Like I've done all the gods of the sun interacting with each other, and I've done fates from different mythologies interacting with each other. Um, uh, it's frustrating that autocorrect turns Heracles into Hercules. Don't I know it? Yeah, really annoying. How did you have time to travel to all those places? Well, like I said at the beginning of this video, my mom is from the Georgia that's in Europe. So every year or so, when I was growing up, we would go visit family there. And since that's in Europe, there direct flights to Europe are direct flights to Georgia are more expensive than like getting multiple flights. So we would often make pit stops in other countries on the way there and on the way back. So that's how that would happen. Also, when I was a kid, I was in a Japanese bilingual program. So at one point, there was this huge field trip to Japan, and that's how I went to Japan. And no, I do not know how to speak Japanese. I was not good in class. I know like 3 words. I know enpitsu means pencil. But yeah, so a lot of it was, it wasn't like all at once. It was like 1 or 2 a year, like over the past, I'm 27 years old this Monday. So yeah. So that's how that happened. If Persephone is Zeus's daughter, does that mean she is dating her uncle? Yes, it does, in 2 different ways, because Hades is both Demeter's brother and Zeus's brother. So Hades is dating the daughter of his 2 siblings. Greek mythology, everybody. Do you know the Dullahan? Yes, the Headless Horseman, Celtic mythology. I've made a video about him, actually. I think it was called The Headless Horseman Arrives or something. I made it back in October. And yeah, when I make my card game, I'm going to launch with 7 mythologies, but one expansion I'm working on is Celtic, and Dullahan is one of the cards. So that's going to be cool. Most gods date their siblings. Very true. I read that much. I read too much Percy Jackson. Help. You can never have too much Percy Jackson. I love that series. That is so messed up. Indeed it is. Welcome to mythology. Yeah, mythology is weird. Indeed it is. Welcome to mythology. Married to her uncle. Yep, welcome to mythology. Sweet Home Alabama is another name for Greek mythology. People have been making that joke for a long time on this channel. Hera and Zeus are brother and sister, correct? Yep, Zeus is married to his sister and had a kid with his other sister who married his brother. Great mythology. Oof. What the F? Yeah. Persephone married her uncle. It ain't Greek mythology unless there's a ton of incest. You're correct. Heck yeah. I love mythology as a hobby. Yeah, this is the same question again. Okay. The heck Zeus birthed Dionysus through his thigh? Yeah, well, it was the only way to save the baby. It was the only way to save Dionysus. You know, Zeus is really awful, but there are times when he does care about his kids. Like he did not want to let Dionysus die, so yeah. At least there's that. Gods will get into each other no matter what unless they are parent and child. Well, let's not get into that. It ain't Greek mythology without getting with your siblings. True dat, 3/4 godly. I mean, Zeus ate Athena. Yes, he did. He ate Metis, who was currently pregnant with Athena, and then he birthed Athena through his head. Zeus has birthed 2 of his kids now that I think about it. Through the head and through the thigh. Do you think Greek mythology is the most messed up mythology? No. Aztec and Japanese are way more messed up. Japanese has got some weird stuff. If we're talking about incestuous, then Greece is the weirdest. But God, the stuff that goes on in Aztec and Japanese, there's some really traumatic things. Especially, I think Japanese is the weirdest one, and I love it for that. Honestly, I love Japan's weirdness. Absolutely love it. But Japan will always be the epitome of weirdness on this planet. And like we all like to look nowadays at Japanese commercials and stuff and be like, when did Japan get so weird? They didn't get weird. They were always weird. If you read their myths and their ancient culture, they've always been weird. But they're also amazing, and I love them. I love the weirdness that comes out of Japan. The puns are great, though. Yay! I'm glad you think that, Corporate Commander. Oh, I'm guessing you're an Angry Joe fan. I am too. Boss July, I think Hades is the best compared to Zeus and Poseidon. Yeah, he's definitely the better person out of those three. Yeah, that's for sure. Wow, I'm learning something new. I'm glad you are. I think Aphrodite is like the only god not related to the people she sleeps with. That's probably true. I mean, technically, Artemis doesn't sleep with anybody, so that's another thing. I love your channel. You really. Oh, and also Dionysus. Actually, he hooked up with Aphrodite once, so never mind. Sorry. I love your channel. You really made my mythology unit in school fun. Aw, aw, that's amazing. I'm really happy to hear that. Aijiru Kirishima. I hope I pronounced that right, but I'm very happy to hear that. Thank you very much. It's so wonderful to hear. Lazybug says, I love the puns. I'm glad you do. Toy fire truck, the thing that gave me this. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Mace Lord. Yeah, it's a weird way to get a scar. Wasn't she from Kronos' blood? Which person are you talking about? I don't know if anyone was born from Kronos' like literal blood, if that's what you're talking about, but gods who Kronos was the father of. Kronos was the father of Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, Hera, Demeter, Hestia, and Chiron. But Chiron through a different mother. Like, as far as I know. If you're talking about Aphrodite, Aphrodite was born from Uranus's severed scrotum, falling into the waters of Pontus. So she was born from Uranus and Pontus. The main six gods were born from Kronos and Rhea, and Chiron was born from Kronos, and then a nymph whose name I have forgotten. Kronos was in the form of a horse when he fathered Chiron, which is why Chiron is half horse, and it's probably where Zeus gets some of his habits from. I've done videos about those. It's okay. I got a scar from a chair. Oh, that's rough, buddy. That's rough. Adam and Eve's kids married each other and had kids because there weren't any other humans. It's like the Greek gods marrying each other as they're the only gods. That's very true. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's kind of how I've always thought of it, or something like that. Yeah. The Mythology Guy versus Fire Truck Part 2. I was hit in the back with a ruler in 4th grade. Ooh, rough. In some versions, so technically related then. I want more Tinder videos. There will be more Tinder videos. Don't you worry about that. He's an animator, Twisted Doctor. He a bigot. Oh, so Twisted Doctor is an animator, I'm guessing on YouTube. All right, yeah, that's an interesting thing. I'll make a note of that. Yeah, I like animators. We'll see if I can check that out at any point. Where was I? That's where I was. Okay, everybody is related. Correct. In mythology, absolutely everybody is related. Mace Lord says it was pee blood. I guess if you're talking about Aphrodite. We were all siblings. Zeus ate Athena's mother while she was pregnant, but not Athena herself. Technically, he ate Athena by the transitive property, since she was inside her mother when he ate her mother. So, it's like, if I eat a pizza, I'm still eating the sauce that's inside the pizza, right? So, if I'm swallowing a pill, I'm still swallowing all the nutrients that are in that pill. So technically, he did eat Athena, but his main target was the mom. So you are right, K Marley. Like we're both right, technically. Yeah. Favorite archangel? I don't honestly. That's not something I know as well. Honest to God. So I'm sorry. I don't think I'm able to answer that one. Sorry about that, meme guy. Hello, brothers and sisters. Hello, Mystic Core. Purple Kitty asks, hi, can you do a video about the goddess Asteria? Okay, I'll make a note of that. Yeah, I haven't done anything on Asteria yet. So, sure. I'll make a note of that. No problem. Where was I? Okay, so yeah, look forward to that, Purple Kitty. ADC says, remember me? Probably not, but I commented on one of your videos telling you to take a break if you need it. I still mean, yeah, of course I remember that. That was just a couple days ago. And I appreciate that. Thank you. There are times when I take breaks. You know, sometimes a new video doesn't go up and that means I'm taking a break. You know, because I try to upload every day. So a day when I don't upload is usually just means it's a day when I'm taking a break. So hopefully, like, that's okay with you guys. And if it's not, well, I don't know what to tell you. Ooh, yes, you are correct. Cool to hear. Haitian voodoo mythology would be a cool video. Actually, yes, it would. I can go into that too. Yeah, this is how I take notes fast, just taking pictures of their recommendations. OMG, yes, cult. No! Don't start cults. I can't believe I did that to make Scotty. Oh, Loki saying, I can't believe I did that to make Scotty laugh. Well, you did, Loki. You did. Background on Skull and Hati. Skull and Hati, I did a fun fact about these two, are two wolves. They're children of Fenrir. They're two gigantic wolves who chase after the sun and the moon constantly, all day, every day. They want to catch them. And when Ragnarok begins, they actually will catch them. Skull and Hati will eat the sun and the moon, and then they will jump down and join Ragnarok. So that's who Skull and Hati are. They are children of Fenrir who are up in the sky constantly chasing the sun and the moon. And they will catch them when Ragnarok comes. And I have done a fun fact about them. So, yeah. Andrew! Hello, HQ. Theater is a cult. An argument can be made, honestly. What about a fandom? Fandoms are fantastic. I got no problem with fandoms. It's a cult. Alex Trebek was the hottest of Geopard. If you say so, man. What do you think about the God of War? Oh, I answered this earlier. Can you please put your hair into a ponytail? I don't think it's long enough. There, that's the best I can do. Hopefully that made you happy. If you want me to do that on the regular, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that. Because then that would be a man bun, and I do not do man buns. No. No man buns. That's wrong. The only people who are allowed to have man buns are Samurai and The Witcher. It's too late. I'm the cult master. No! Dang it! How could I fail the people this way? The shirt is me. Good for you. Love it. Glad you love it. I am Greek and I know less about Greek mythology than you. I'm a disgrace. That's not... I'm Christian. I've never read the Bible. It doesn't make you a disgrace. Honestly, you know, if you're into something, you're into something. It's fine. And if you're into something, it doesn't mean you have to know everything about it. It's totally fine. I'm glad that you're following my channel and you're interested. There's nothing wrong with not knowing everything about where you came from. It's fine. I failed history in high school and every kind. I failed all of them, so I don't know anything well. So yeah, it's fine. I just like mythology. I think his hair is too short for a ponytail. You are correct. We sacrificed Cheetos to the cult of Andrew. I actually do love Cheetos though, so now you've conflicted me now. Now I want this. Don't actually do it. I'm kidding. Love the shirt. Thank you. I love this shirt too. I love this shirt very much. It's true. The Hamel cult. Oh, damn. Actually, one of the most awesome things a friend ever said to me, we were watching an interview with Mark Hamill. And this was at a time when I would wear a leather jacket normally. I used to wear a leather jacket a lot. Mark Hamill was on the show. He was wearing a leather jacket. Mark Hamill walked in, and when he turned around, my friend paused the video, and she said, "Oh my God, he looks just like you from behind." And I was like, oh, because I love Mark Hamill. I absolutely adore Mark Hamill. If I meet Mark Hamill, I'm going to go insane. I'm going to go absolutely insane. The mythology cult. Technically, a lot of mythologies have cults. Guys, don't start a cult. I feel like I'm making it worse by saying that. Just got here from WandaVision, both episodes. I thought it was funny and came here for more fun. What were your thoughts on it? Actually, if you want to hear my thoughts on it, I just did, before coming here, Zaggard and I just streamed our thoughts on it over on his channel at twitch.tv/Zaggard, twitch.tv/ZAGARD, and we did a full talk about our thoughts on WandaVision. So yeah, you can always check that out. That's totally fun. It's not mythology related, but Zagard asked me to come do it with him, and I was happy to help him with that because he's my best friend and he's helped me with a ton of stuff. And also, I was happy to watch the show regardless. I'm a huge fan of 40s sitcoms, so it was very nostalgic and fun for me to watch, actually. Can you do videos about star constellations? Sure, yeah. I could easily do some fun facts there. There's a lot of like Greek mythological stuff there. Is Kratos in real Greek mythology? He is, but he's a completely different person. Not the same as in the God of War games. And I am planning to actually do something on that in the future. What do you think of druids? Are you talking about from Celtic mythology? I don't really have much of an opinion on them. I think they're pretty cool in the mythical stories. But I've never met one in real life. And as far as I know, I don't see much of them affecting modern day. So, I mean, I like some stories about them, but I don't have much of an opinion on them otherwise. Have you ever listened to the musical Hades Town? It's about I touched on this earlier. It's about Orpheus and Eurydice, Persephone and Hades. I think you would like it. I think I would like it too, Dusty Koo. I really think I would, and it is on my watch list. I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to watch it, and I really want to make a video talking about it. So that is something I am planning to do in the future. I want to see if Roman warriors had Tinder. Oh, that's not a bad idea. I can put that on the list for future things. Now, people who are requesting Tinder stuff, keep in mind there are a ton of Tinder requests. So I hope to eventually get to all of them, but it might take a while. So keep that in mind, please. Druid's worst movie ever. Oh, you're talking about a movie. Oh, I haven't seen that. Okay, I don't know. I'd have to check it out, actually. Maybe it's something I could do a review of at some point. Demigods had Tinder. Ah, yes, that is something on my list too. Like, that's something people have asked for. Me and my grandma used to watch Friends. I miss her. Oh, my condolences, Alea. Yeah, Friends is my favorite show, and I'm glad you and your grandma enjoyed it together. I think it's a fun show to watch together. Might have been a little awkward during some of the sexual scenes, but maybe I'm guessing you had a really cool grandma, so that's wonderful to hear. I'm sure she's very happy. That you guys had that together. That's lovely. What is your favorite non-mythological video game? Kingdom Hearts 2. Unless the Hercules stuff counts, then it's probably Red Dead Redemption. But Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite video game, period. I love that game more than any other game. I enjoyed Kingdom Hearts 3, but it had a lot of problems, unfortunately, so it didn't surpass Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2, in my opinion. But it was still a lot of fun, so that was nice. But yeah, if the Hercules stuff disqualifies Kingdom Hearts 2, then my favorite game, I believe, is Red Dead Redemption. It's if you're asking, is it Red Dead 1 or Red Dead 2? It's a tie. I love them both so much. I couldn't possibly pick. Actually, Red Dead 1 might jump into the lead because it has the Undead Nightmare expansion, and I love that. I like the sketches best. Thank you. I'm very glad you like them so much. All right, there's some questions here I've already answered, so hopefully you guys heard them. May she forever rest in peace. Indeed. Okay, I already answered that. Do the history of weed in Greek cultures. Lol. I didn't know they had weed in Greek cultures, actually. But I can look that up, and if it turns out you're right, then I could very easily make funny videos about that. I did do a video about how Greeks throw apples at each other to show affection. That video was a pain to get right because my partner had to throw an apple at me like 30 freaking times. I left for a while. What did I miss? Again, I don't know exactly when you left, so I'm sorry I couldn't fully tell you. No, Kratos is not in real Greek mythology. Not the one from the God of War games. There is a guy named Kratos. He's a completely different person. What do you think of? Okay, I haven't seen. Apparently, it's a movie. Druids. I haven't seen it, so I don't know what to say about it. But I will check it out. Somebody said it's the worst movie ever. All right, that's actually makes me really want to watch it because I watch bad movies with friends a lot. Do you know the original Tale of Aladdin? Yes, from Arabian Nights. I read Arabian Nights as a kid. That was another book my mom gave me. And I loved it very much. Aladdin is actually Chinese in Arabian Nights because he's actually from China. I actually did a video on the original Aladdin story. I think it was just called original Aladdin story is confusing. I think that's what the video is called. And in that story, there are actually multiple genies, not just one. And I actually looked at some behind the scenes facts about the Disney Aladdin. They were actually originally going to have the multiple genies from the original story, but they ended up deciding not to. But it's fine. It's still a fantastic movie. So I liked what they did with it, even though it's not much at all like the Arabian Nights story. But it's a different interpretation, and what's important is it's good. That's what's really important. But yeah, I've read the original Aladdin tale. Will you ever get into mythical creatures like banshees? Yeah, I could totally do that. I'm actually, like I said, I'm working on a Celtic expansion for my game, and one of the cards for that will be the banshee, actually. I've already made that card. Yeah, banshees are pretty cool creatures. In fact, here, if you want me to make a video about that, I'll make a note of that. Sorry, I kept repeating the comment. It's totally fine. What did your shirt say? Okay, I'm guessing you didn't hear me earlier. So my shirt says, "I'm not great at the advice. Can I interest you in a sarcastic comment?" It's a quote from Friends. It's a quote Chandler says. Kratos means strength in Greek. You are correct. Isn't he like a representative of strength? Miss Lord, you missed us starting a cult. Your puns scare me, but many people think they're pretty funny. But oh, pretty punny. I actually read that wrong. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, King Bermucci, but the truth is, if you don't like my puns, that's too bad. You can consider this your punishment. I'm horrible. How many notes do you have? Over 100. I can tell you that. What is your favorite Rick and Morty cartoon? Ooh, it's either the Mr. Meeseeks episode or the Parasite episode. I love those two. And my favorite character is Mr. Meeseeks. I love him. And I'm talking about the first Mr. Meeseeks episode. I actually showed those two episodes to Wilda, my business partner, because I just wanted to show her those two episodes because those were my two favorite episodes. And after that, she was hooked. She binged the whole series with me, and she's a huge fan now. She has a Rick and Morty shirt now. She has a Rick and Morty hat. I've actually got a toy Pickle Rick over there, which you can see in my live studio tour thing. I'm not going to keep picking up the whole setting and moving it around the room. I'm sorry. That's why I made a studio tour video. I'm sorry, guys, but I do need to I'm trying to get to everybody. Is there a way to contact you professionally? Oh, that's an interesting question. One of the best ways to contact me professionally is through my Instagram, because Wilda and I manage that together. She actually does most of the managing stuff, and she handles stuff like that usually. So if you want to contact me professionally, I would recommend messaging my Instagram account. My Instagram account is Tartarus Games. It is linked to this YouTube account, and I typically use it for promoting the game. So that's my more professional area. So that's what I would recommend for messaging me professionally, because Wilda can see those messages too, and then we go over it together. So that's what I would say to contact me professionally. Go to my Instagram at Tartarus Games and message me. What is your favorite show or cartoon? My favorite show is Friends. My favorite cartoon, I really like Teen Titans, Justice League, and Last Airbender. It's probably one of those. Oh, and South Park. Those are some of my tops there for you. Hestia is very similar to Freya in some ways, yeah. Yo, it's Why You Bully from Zagred's stream. Oh, cool. Yeah, there are some autocorrects I'm guessing happened here. Cool to see you here, man. Nice to see you. I know like zero about Hestia. That's fair, honestly, because there aren't a lot of stories about Hestia, because she's just kind of there. She's the goddess of hearth and home, and she's like literally the goddess of wholesomeness. She's wonderful. So, which is why there's not many stories about her, because Greek mythology is all horrible things happening. That's why. Someone needs to stand up to Zeus. That's a fun way to get killed. People have stood up to him before, and it has not turned out well. Yes. From Hestia is a maiden, and she mainly chills around fires. You're absolutely correct, Ace Q. Demeter as a modern day Karen, please. I did that, actually. I literally have a video called Demeter being a Karen. You can check that out. I've done that. That was something somebody requested a long time ago, and I made it, and I'm very proud of that video. It's a lot of me making a Karen voice. What's your favorite mythology-based creature? Ooh, tough one. I really love the Chimera. I like things with a lot of heads, typically. It's probably the Chimera just because of how various it is. I also love Cerberus, but I like how instead of like just being three of the same head, the Chimera is like three different creatures put together. I think that's really awesome, and I'm a sucker for things like that. So it might be the Chimera. Keep in mind, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of mythical creatures I love. I also really love from Chinese mythology. I love Niutao and Mamion, the two guardians of the underworld. I think those two are awesome. So yeah, they're really awesome, but it might be the Chimera. Hera will complain on Facebook, probably. That's probably true. Which mythos has your favorite non-god heroes? Japan. Yeah, because I love the stories of Momotaro, Kintaro, and Izunboshi. They're really, really cool. So I'm gonna say it's probably Japan. I also really like the Pandavas in Hindu myth, though they are all demigods. Like the heroes in Japanese myth have no relation to the gods, and I think that makes them all the more impressive. Poseidon and Hades should fight him. Poseidon has tried. Hades wouldn't care enough to. For my mythology class, our professor had us make up our own pantheon of 7 gods. It was actually pretty fun. Oh, that actually sounds like a ton of fun. I would love to see what kinds of gods people come up with. Love Hestia, as you should. Hestia is bestia. What is your favorite Star Wars movie? I think it's Return of the Jedi. A lot of people say Empire Strikes Back, and I love that one too. But I love the Ewoks. I'm in the minority here, but I love the Ewoks. I really do. There are also some of my favorite Star Wars moments are in Revenge of the Sith, but overall, I know it has a lot of problems, but my favorite Star Wars moments are probably Order 66 and the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. So yeah, those are really cool. But overall favorite movie is probably Return of the Jedi. And I absolutely hate The Last Jedi. That is, in my opinion, the absolute worst Star Wars movie. Yes, I hate it even more than all the prequels combined. I hate it more than that animated Clone Wars movie. I hate Last Jedi so much. That's just me. It's okay if you like it. That's just how I feel. We would be so drunk if we took a shot every time he touches his hair. Yes, you would be. Please don't do that. Don't you do that and then sue me. Don't you do that. Didn't they try to betray him at some point? You're absolutely right. Yes, Hera tried to organize a coup with Athena, Apollo, and Poseidon. It failed. And so that's why people don't try that anymore. Pretty sure there's a god of toilets and sewage. Best god. I've never heard of one, but that would be amazing. And knowing mythology, I'm sure there's one out there. Do you read Marvel comics? Yes. Actually, like you can see again in my tour video, I have a lot of Marvel Hulk comics. My favorite Marvel comic of all time is Planet Hulk. I love Planet Hulk so much. And I have every comic around that. Like I have the Planet Hulk Prelude, I have World War Hulk, Red Hulk, and Son of Hulk. I didn't like the Red Hulk story, honestly. I thought it was pretty bad and pretty boring and pretty lame. But I love the Son of Hulk story. I love the Planet Hulk story, and I really like the World War Hulk story. My favorite one is Planet Hulk. It's fantastic. I've also got some Deadpool comics over there. My favorite comic series, if we're not including manga, is... Again, it's either Planet Hulk or Fables. I love Fables. Favorite manga is Dragon Ball. That's actually my first manga, and I absolutely love Dragon Ball. You guys who have mythology as an actual subject in school are so lucky. Yeah, honestly, I had it as a half subject for one semester. And what's funny is it was in an English class, and I was not doing well in the English class, so teacher didn't like me. But then we got to the part where we started doing Greek mythology, and fun fact, I already knew every single thing she was teaching because I had been learning Greek mythology since I was 4, and and at one point she thought I wasn't paying attention, and to her credit, I wasn't. So she already didn't like me, and she was like, Andrew, you know what? You may not think so, but Greek mythology is actually important and interesting. I was like, I agree with you. I love Greek mythology. And she was like, oh, don't be smart with me. I'm like, I'm not being smart with you. I'm actually a big fan of Greek mythology, and I already know a lot of Greek mythology. It's like, oh, you think you already know a lot of Greek mythology? I was like, yes, I think I do. And she was like, well, then, can you name all 12 of the Olympian gods? And I said, there are 14, actually. And her reaction was kind of priceless. And then I got up and I listed them all, because a lot of people, when they list all the gods, they forget that Hades and Hestia are also major gods. So I listed all of them. And she was like, sit down. And I sat down. And from that point on, everyone in the class kept asking me to help them with their homework. That is one of my proudest moments ever. I changed my mind. Demeter and Hera against Hades and Apollo. Karen's against the millennials. I don't think Hades is a millennial. But yeah, other than that, funny idea, honestly. You're awesome. You're awesome, Alexander Jeffries. I wonder who the Karen of mythology is. I'm going to say it's probably Demeter. We already know. Good idea. Gods as modern day parents and children. I mean, some of my videos are a little bit like that because I made Demeter a Karen, and I did Hera as a mom, and that was kind of supposed to be like Hera as a modern day parent. So I've kind of done some stuff like that. Where my anime and Greek weebs at? Right here. It's Demeter, Hera. Alrighty. Yeah, see, people are agreeing with what I said. Do if gods had YouTube. That's kind of my YouTube channel already, though, isn't it? I mean, I'll make a note of it. I'll run it by my partner, and if we can come up with something cool, we will. But it might be a little harder to do than some of the other stuff. Puns. All right. Hera is Queen Karen, possibly. There are connections between Greek and Japanese mythology because of ideas transmitted through the Silk Road. Oh, that's amazing! I actually didn't know that. A pet rock? Well, I have the rock that I used in a couple of my Chronos videos. I still have it over there. Haircut stream. You're not touching my hair. Maybe in the future. What's your opinion of Weird Al? I love Weird Al. I've always loved Weird Al. I would tell you a joke about a pencil, but it's pretty pointless. Oh! Or I would tell you a joke about glue, but you would probably get stuck on the idea. Oh! I found my people. Fun fact, Dionysus was often portrayed as androgynous. Thought that was pretty interesting. A little bit. Try doing stuff for Art of War. Are you sure you don't want me to read The Art of the Deal? Yeah, I could probably do something for Art of War. Art of War is long, though. Do you know Magic the Gathering? I do, but I was a lot more of a Yu-Gi-Oh person growing up, so I haven't actually played Magic the Gathering. And what's funny is a lot of people who have played the card game I've made have told me it reminds them a lot of Magic the Gathering, so that's kind of interesting. Why did the rock stop rolling? Because it was sick with a rock cold. Okay. Do if gods had YouTube. Ah, yeah, that was mentioned earlier. When is your birthday? This Monday, January 18th. That's when I was born, 1994. I'm a 90s kid. Yeah, so hopefully happy. Oh, now everyone's saying happy birthday. Happy birthday. Right when I start reading birthday wishes, the thing jumps all the way to the bottom again. Bloody hell. God damn. Oh, man. Well, I saw a lot of you were wishing me happy birthday, so thank you very much for that. Makes me really happy. Oh, shoot. We're already past 2 hours. You know what? I love you guys. I'll keep this going for a little longer. So, yeah. I got to try to catch up with the bloody chat. Do when gods realize they are gods video, please. Well, whoop. Uh, I'm pretty sure the gods always knew they were gods, but I'll try to see if I can think of something funny for that. What if Zeus wasn't so horny and actually stayed loyal? Then there would be no stories. Absolutely no stories. There would be practically nothing. There would be 5 or 6 gods and nothing would be going on. Zuko? Oh, you're talking about Avatar The Last Airbender? I absolutely love Zuko, if that's what you're talking about. Where are you from? San Francisco. What is the most fucked up thing Hades did? I cheated on Persephone with Minth in certain versions of the story. That would be the most fucked up thing Hades did. There are versions of the story where they never actually cheated. Minth just tried to, and then Persephone turned her into a Minth as punishment. I got my first scar by being hit in the head with a pole when I was 7. Ooh, that's rough. What, were you fighting the Ninja Turtles? If Jack the Ripper would be a god, what mythology would he be in? He would, let's see, Jack the Ripper was from London. So I'm going to say probably Celtic, because sometimes that, like, English stuff would be Celtic mythology. So I'm going to say probably Celtic. Because it seems more like Celtic than, like, certain other things. What is your age? I'm going to be 27 on Monday. Hold up. Why the F are they eating each other? People eat each other in mythology, man. I've made a lot of videos about that. I didn't realize I was making so many videos about people eating each other, and someone pointed out a lot of cannibalism in these videos lately. And I was like, oh yeah, I have been doing a lot of cannibalism lately. We will never know. Kronos are his kids. Gods are weird. Indeed they are. Favorite mate female Greek god. Oh, so if I was gonna marry a Greek god, who would I want to marry? I want to marry Hestia because she seems so wholesome and lovely. I absolutely love her. Second choice would probably be Athena because I like smart women, but also I feel like Athena would be incredibly competitive and a little difficult and sometimes a little petty given what happened with Arachne and Medusa and other stuff, but she would be my second choice. First choice would be Hestia because the number one kind of girl I like is someone who's just nice and loving, and I think that's the kind of thing Hestia is. Oh yeah, why did they eat each other? Because of a prophecy about Metis birthing a son who would overthrow Zeus. You're absolutely right, Jacob Hoyler. You're absolutely right, Jacob. Do you read the comments here? Well, I just did. Yeah, I try to read as many comments as possible. Sometimes YouTube doesn't show me all the comments in my notifications, which makes things really rough. So if you ever comment on one of my videos and it's something like a question or something and I never answer it, it most likely means that I didn't see it. So I am sorry for that when that happens. But I do my best. What is your favorite archangel? Again, I don't know the archangel super well, so I'm sorry, but I don't know if I can give you an answer to that. It's still messed up. Yeah, mythology is messed up. Can you please keep doing mix of mythology for your sketches because I love all of them? Absolutely what I plan to do. I have no intention of not doing mixes of mythology. I like doing different mythologies, and if I just did one mythology all the time, I think it would get kind of old, and I would probably just run out of ideas. So bye, Myth Guy. Oh, Alexander's leaving. Bye, Alexander. Hope you had fun here. If the Titans played video games, actually, that's kind of funny. Okay, I could see that happening. Everybody wants if the gods were doing this or that. I'm glad you guys like that version of video. Incest and cannibalism equals Greek mythology. You're absolutely right. Whatever you can't eat, you hump. True that. Whoa. Which side are you on in the Trojan War? Is probably the Trojans. Honestly, the Greeks did a lot of kind of horrible things when they finally got past the wall. It's kind of unclear whether Helen was actually kidnapped or she went willingly. But either way, the Greeks did a lot of really bad things. They killed so many innocents, and they even killed some children when they got past the wall. That's really, really messed up, guys. Sorry, I got to plug in my computer. It's getting loud. Yeah, so I'd probably, if I had to pick a side, I'd say I was more on Troy's side. I'm on the horse. Good for you. God of War game, why do you think the Giants are already dead? That's kind of a spoiler for God of War, but whatever. I honestly didn't like that. I think they just did that as like to be sad or something, or as a way to avoid doing certain story threads. That was something I really didn't like, in my opinion. I didn't like that part of the ending. Bands or cults, I guess you could say that. Can you do more on Loki's kids because they are interesting? Well, I've done a lot of videos on Loki's kids. Like I did, I've done several videos on Sleipnir. I did a video on Jormungandr, Hel, and Fenrir. I did video on Skull and Hati. I mean, I can, I guess eventually I can, but I have done a lot on his kids. So it might be a little hard for me to think of more stuff because I've already done several. But I'll do my best. Yeah, I can try. Please do when God's realism because yeah, I already addressed that. A lot of stuff about cults in here. Assassin's Creed, what do you think? I enjoyed the first game. I loved the second game and its spin-offs. I liked the third game. A lot of people didn't, but I liked it. I loved the fourth game, though it should have just been a full-on pirate game. Shouldn't have been an Assassin's Creed game. And nowadays, Assassin's Creed games aren't even Assassin's Creed games anymore. They're just like, they're completely different games now. And I both like and don't like that because they're still good games, but they should just be a new series. It shouldn't be Assassin's Creed. I wish they would finish the Assassin's Creed story. I want to see that modern day story complete. I know a lot of people hate the modern day stuff, and like they're like, just take the modern day stuff out. And it's like, well, I want them to finish it first because I am invested still. Maybe they finished it in Valhalla. I haven't played Valhalla yet because I'm waiting for them to fix every freaking glitch before I give that game money. In fact, I might just wait a year and buy, because Assassin's Creed nowadays they always release a game and then a year later they release the Ultimate Edition with all the DLC. So I might just buy that version. So that's my thoughts on Assassin's Creed. Didn't Zeus get with his granddaughter once or twice? I did a video on that. Yep, he did. Okay, there's a comment I'm not going to read. In fact, I am going to ban that person because that is not okay. What are your other passions or other things to study? Okay, well, Ethan, I absolutely love video games. I absolutely love superhero stuff. Other things to study? The main thing I study is mythology. But yeah, video games, superheroes, my friends. That's a corny thing to say, but it's true. Oh, Legos. I love Legos. I have always loved Legos and I always will. Everyone was telling me I was going to outgrow it. Nope, didn't outgrow it. Love Legos. You can see Legos in the backgrounds of a lot of my videos because I adore Legos. What is the official cult name? There's no cult. Stop it. Going over all these gods and goddesses reminds me of when my sister took mythology and had trouble because she couldn't keep up with all of them. Makes perfect sense. You play Hades by Supergiant Games? I did, and I absolutely loved it. It was actually the first stream we did on our on the Twitch channel. Unfortunately, we had some serious technical issues, and it kind of got a little messed up, and I'm sorry for that. And we might stream it again at some point. I really liked Hades. I did almost everything you can do in Hades. The only thing I haven't done in that whole game is I haven't finished unlocking Skelly's trinkets, but I did absolutely everything else. You should also do a series on Persephone and Hades and their kids. I feel like they would make a great sitcom. It could be a little funny. It could be a little funny. I did do a video called Daughters of Hades. Are the Greek gods all white or are they like Mediterranean? I honestly am not totally sure. I mean, what do you know? They just look like Greek people, I would say. That's what I would think. I like to think they all just look like Greek people. Team Roach, Golden Mythology. Tyr is easily a dog person. There are some myths that say Tyr had Skull and Hati as pets, and he saved Fenrir. Well, yeah, Tyr is definitely a dog person, but I hope he realized that by saving Fenrir and by saving Skull and Hati, he's kind of doomed everyone, since Fenrir is going to eat Odin, and Skull and Hati are going to eat the sun and the moon. And yeah, I know a lot of people like say like it's not there. It's not necessarily Fenrir's fault, but you know, it's still a thing. It's still happening. So what can you do? Ishtar versus Aphrodite. I don't know. I think Ishtar would win that fight. That was such a sweet response, OMG. Well, I'm not entirely sure which one you mean, but I'm very happy that you think that. Andrew, you guys are really trying to start a cult. Have you done any videos on Romanian myths? I may have missed them. Yes, I have. I did. I think it was called Romanian Creatures or Romanian Monsters. I also did a video called Fun Fact About Vampires and another video called Fun Fact About Werewolves. And I did another video called Vampires in Different Culture, and all three of those are on the Romanian creatures. And yeah, I did a video called Romanian. It was either called Romanian Creatures or Romanian Monsters, which is about like some guy wandering into the dark forest that's full of Romanian monsters. So yes, I have done that. I love your Zeus seduction videos, especially where he promises not to sleep with women. I swear he goes out of his way to be unfaithful. I'm really glad you like that, Magic Failure. That was a series I came up with some time ago, and it was something I was able to have a lot of fun continuing constantly. It's sad I can't monetize any of those because they all have that Candy Shop song in it, which is copyrighted, but I don't regret making them. I'm really proud of them. And however, unfortunately, that series is over because I think I covered all of Zeus's animal forms. But it was fun while it lasted, and I'm glad you guys like it. I think they meant the Hamilton cult. Nothing is true, everything is forbidden. Okay, then. What would you do as a Greek god during the Golden Ages? Probably just have fun, honestly. If I was Golden Ages were when like the Greek gods first started, so I think I'd just be dicking around with my powers, experimenting, having fun, doing whatever I want, Dionysosing, basically. Vid idea. Gods of different mythos who rule over the same thing hanging out and or reacting with each other. I've done that, actually, sort of, in a video called Who Moves the Sun, and another video called Goddesses of Fate, where, like, it's not really hanging out, it's more like they're all arguing. But someone did request that I do something like that with the underworld gods, so I could totally do that with... that might be exactly what you're asking for, K. Marley. Nobody can stop the cults. Didn't Dionysus start drunken rave cults? He did. I believe those are called the Maenads. Yeah, pretty messed up cults. Have you ever seen Harry Potter? Yeah, I have the whole series right over there, actually. And if you have, what are your thoughts on Fenrir Greyback? Fenrir Greyback is cool. He's clearly named after Fenrir, obviously. He is a werewolf. I read the sixth and seventh. I read some of the Harry Potter books. The only ones I didn't read were 4 and 5, but I read 6 and 7, and those are the ones with Fenrir Greyback. And I remember thinking he was pretty darn cool and pretty scary, and he caused some sad deaths. I kind of wish there had been more of him, honestly. Yeah. What mythology would the Mandalorian fit most with? Ooh, with all of their honor codes and everything, I would say probably either Celtic or Norse, with all the warriors code stuff and everything. Because Celtic has a lot of warriors code and honor stuff in it. And Norse is also very much probably a little more Celtic given the warriors code stuff, I would say. Yeah. How do you feel about the manga or anime that the Records of Ragnarok? Haven't read it yet. Had a lot of people suggest it. It's on my list. The weapon mythology. Okay, I've talked about weapons a lot. Norse or Celtic? Oh, you're talking about for the Mandalorian. That's what I just said, actually. So, yeah, we're on the same page here, Ace Q. Can you do a video where different gods of death's underworld afterlife? Yeah, that's what was just suggested earlier. So, yeah, I can do that. I've made a note of that. Warren Worthington is my favorite archangel. I'll take your word for it. Love that manga Jack versus Heracles is the best. Oh, you're talking about the Ragnarok thing. Okay. Have you read Metamorphosis? I have read Metamorphosis. You're talking about the book where the guy turns into a giant bug? I've read it. It's very sad. It's moving. You know what pissed me off though? I had a teacher ruin the ending for me before I was finished with it, and that really, really annoyed me. So I don't know why you would do that. It just kills a person's vibe to read something. You're a fan of Percy Jackson, right? Which means you've read Magnus Chase. Is Magnus Chase accurate? It's about as accurate as Percy Jackson is, Rick Riordan picks a version of the story to go with, and he goes with it. And it's not inaccurate, but it might not be the version everyone agrees with. But yeah, I loved the first Magnus Chase books, and the other two were okay. But yeah, I really love a lot of the stuff. Now, obviously, things that aren't inaccurate are like Heimdall with a selfie stick, but that's just because he's modernizing it. But when they talk about the old stories, yeah, it's from everything I've read, it does seem pretty darn accurate. Uh, have you seen the Percy Jackson musical? Not yet. Another thing that's on the list. In fact, I didn't even know about it until people on this channel started telling me about it. What do you think of H.P. Lovecraft? I think he's created some really cool stuff. I mean, the Cthulhu mythos has been a big thing for a long time and actually started a real world cult. And yeah, like I think he was an incredibly creative man who created whose like mark is going to be left on history forever. And good for him. Uh, Spartan versus Samurai versus Viking versus Knight. So basically, the game for honor. I think out of them, the Samurai would win, honestly, because Samurai. It would be a close call between the Spartan and the Samurai, in my opinion. But like, given that Spartans, I think Samurai were more efficient in multiple different, like with sword play and multiple sword styles, and also arrows. Like, so I think the samurai would win. And also Japanese steel, dude. It's really powerful. Could you do a video on what if the Greek gods was on the Joe Rogan podcast? I'll make a note of that, but that's a very specific thing. I'll see if I can get to that. Other good choices. That seems like a great idea. Dionysus is totally a pothead. I wouldn't be surprised. Guys, I am gonna have to wrap up soon, so I'm doing my best to catch up with the comments right now. Am I sensing a 3-hour video? I'm gonna try to wrap up soon, guys. You should play Doom Eternal. I am aware that I should play that, and I actually plan to. I plan to stream it eventually at twitch.tv/Zaggard. Almost 11 p.m. here. Oh, geez. Watch Vampires versus Ninjas and review it. I did not know that was a thing. I will happily do that. That sounds amazing. Watch The Amazing Bulk. I have seen The Amazing Bulk. That movie is utter trash. And I watched it with friends, and we were like, what the hell are we watching? Amazing Bulk. That's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Multiple genres would have been cool. Okay. Hestia is like Freya, and do you read Marvel Comics? I went through some of that earlier. It has good mythological stuff, and there is a phoenix in mythologies like Japan. And what's Arabian Nights? The phoenix, I don't honestly, I'm not sure if the phoenix is in Japanese myth. Actually, yes, it is. It is. Because I remember there's a Japanese equivalent to the Feng Huang, which is the phoenix in Chinese myth. So yes, phoenix is in those mythologies. Arabian Nights is a collection of Arabian tales from back in the day. It's what Aladdin the movie was based on, and I highly recommend it. It's a great book. Arabian Nights, that's what Arabian Nights is. It's a book. What do you think of Disney? Overall, I love Disney. A lot of great films that I absolutely adore came from Disney. So that's what I think of Disney. Comics are really different from actual mythology. You're absolutely right. Who is your least favorite god in Greek mythology? Yeah, I've been asked this before. It's probably Hera. Hera does a lot of really bad things, and yes, I know she's being cheated on, so it's not entirely. There is some tragedy there, but that's no excuse to go around blaming the victims and like torturing them. And also, like, I can't think of a ton of good things Hera's done in mythology as opposed to other gods. Whereas Zeus has done a lot of horrible things, but there are times when he's cool and are times when he does nice things and stuff like that. At least there's that. Even though I'm sure he's done more bad things than Hera has, but at least he has moments where he can be enjoyable. Hera, unfortunately, has just keeps doing horrible things, and don't get me wrong, I still like her, but she's probably my least favorite out of all of it. When will you get a girlfriend? How do you know I don't already have a girlfriend? You tell me. I don't know. Bro, why would you ask him that? Dang. No. A lot of reactions to that. I have 1001 Nights and should really read the whole thing. It seems interesting from what I've read so far. Well, I haven't read that yet, and or unless it's what I'm thinking you're talking about. Well, either way, yeah. Like, go ahead, read it. Give it a read. Oh God, the puns. Puns are beautiful, sir. Fun fact, Loki was actually described as beautiful a lot instead of handsome, which really fits the fluidity thing. Yeah, well, makes sense. Puns, nice puns, but stop or I'll virtually punch you. I love that magic failure. Yes. No good puns have a Z at the end. Do a Kratos pun. Okay, you want a Kratos pun. You know, the newest game Kratos was in had so much talking in it. God of War, more like God of Bore. There's your Kratos pun. OMG, if he was a god, he'd be the god of punishments. Have you listened to Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo? No, I haven't heard that. It slaps. Well, I feel bad for whoever's getting slapped. No, I know what you're saying. Request when gods realize they're gods video. I've already addressed that. Do a god pun. I do god puns all the freaking time. Hey, why doesn't Hera trust her husband? Because he's suspicious. There's a pun for you. Suspicious. Favorite Percy Jackson character? Percy. He is my favorite. Always has been. Hello there. Hello to you too, Parker Parrish. Hi to you too, Crazy for Kindness. Haven't you been here for a while? Why are you still saying hi? Highly suggest listening to Amazing Devil, specifically Horror in the Wild, Werewolf Wanderlust, and Wild Blue Yonder. Absolute bangers. All right, I'll check it out. I hit my toe on my wall and I'm in pain. I'm so sorry to hear that, Foxclaw. That sucks. I feel bad for Freya. Bad Odin. Yeah, you're talking about like the version where Freya and Frigga are the same person. I prefer when they're two different people, but yeah, there is a version where they're the same person. You should play Fortnite so we can collaborate. Also, if you got Discord, I could tell you my Epic Games name. I just don't want random people to friend request me. I actually share a Discord with Zagard. You can find us through his Discord. Also, I'm sorry, I'm not going to play Fortnite, because I don't support Epic Games. They've been doing a lot of horrible things, and it's totally fine for you to play Epic Games. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to support them. I hate the Epic Game Store. I hate the absolute jerk who owns it, and I don't support them. So I don't use Epic Games. I don't play Fortnite. So there's nothing wrong with you guys doing it. It's just something I won't do. So sorry about that, guys. Do you believe Eric Cartman is really evil? I mean, by watching your videos, he fits the modern description of almost every god. How do you know Eric Cartman isn't a modern incarnation of one of those evil gods? Mm-hmm. I mean, he'd still be evil either way, you know? I got the Song of Achilles book today. Good for you. Good job. What if Zeus met Odin? I feel like they would constantly argue over who's better and then get into a big fight, and then there would be a big war between Greek and Norse myth, which seems perfectly in line with what they're like. Clash of the Titans, yeah. How would the Asgardians fare against Typhon? All of them together? They might be able to win. Like, Thor's hammer could really help. I wonder what's more powerful, Thor's hammer or Zeus's master bolt? But, Odin was able to beat Ymir, so I'm going to say the Asgardians could beat Typhon. Can anyone tell me what time he's at? Like, which messages is he answering right now? Well, I just answered that one, so hopefully that gives you an idea. I think Odin will tell Zeus to bugger off. I think so. I think he would say it in some classy way to try to make himself seem like he's better than Zeus, though, because that's kind of... Odin likes to feel like he's the best and he knows everything. Have you ever wanted to do things other than mythology-based content? Sometimes I think of a joke that has nothing to do with mythology, but I don't put it up because this is a mythology-based page, and I want people to know what they're getting. Maybe one day I'll launch like a second channel or something just for miscellaneous stuff. I mean, we'll see how things go. I'm playing Immortals Phoenix Rising because I got it for Christmas, and Chicken Ares is awesome. I don't know about Chicken Ares, but I also got Immortals Phoenix Rising for Christmas, but I got it for PS5, and I don't have a PS5 yet. So once I get a PS5, I'll play through it, and hopefully I'll have a lot of fun. He's way up in the chat trying to get to everyone's comments. Exactly, that is what I'm doing. I love Hades. He's my favorite Greek god out there, and he's not as bad as some think he is, at least when it comes to movies and games. You're absolutely right. What if me and Mythology Guy fought Mr. Beast? Who would win? I wouldn't want to fight Mr. Beast. I love Mr. Beast. I think Mr. Beast would win. He's got like billions of freaking dollars. Like he could just pay other people to beat the crap out of us. What if Ra had a kid with Zeus, even though they're both boys? Oh my god. That'd be a weird freaking kid, I can tell you that. And that kid would have a lot of freaking issues. It would be very powerful, though, because Ra created the first generation of Egyptian gods. Like god of like sunlight and thunder, and that'd just be like god of everything up there. That would probably be one of the most powerful gods of all. Return of the Jedi is amazing. I agree with you. Hestia is bestia. Wow, I agree. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. What is the great god Pan? What if the great god Pan had a kid with the Aztec god of the sun? Which one? There are like 6 of them. Like, well, first of all, if you're talking about Tonatia, Tonatia literally became the sun, so ain't nobody putting their thing in that. If you're talking about Huitzilopochtli, that would be a really rough lover. I don't know. I love Pan. He's a really awesome god, but I don't see him having kids with any sun gods. And if he did, that would just not be good because it would just like probably burn down the whole forest, which is what Pan treasures. So I don't think that would go well. That moment when you realize, even though the god's family life seems complicated and dramatic, Ampharit is the oldest of 50 siblings, all female. Wonder what they get up to. Yeah, that's a good question, honestly. Yeah, they probably have pillow fights in their underwear. No, I'm kidding. They probably don't do that. I mean, if I had to guess, I'd say Greek mythology characters, especially like those kinds, just sit around gossiping all the time. That's one thing I like. There's a book by Madeline Miller called Circe, and it shows like a lot of the gods and titans just gossiping all the time. I'm like, that sounds about right. I know I'm going to get yelled at for this, but Jar Jar is my favorite character. You know what? You have whatever favorite character you want. It's totally fine. Yes, finally someone who gets it. Do you like the goddess Demeter? I like her enough. Like, I think she has really cool powers. I mean, she's one of my less favorite gods, but I like all the Greek gods, honestly. Revenge of the Sith is meme heaven. Indeed it is. Jar Jar is fucking awesome. Good for you. Bro, where you live, TikTok, YouTube, both? Well, I just use both of them. I live in the United States, so I just use both apps. I have to go, but this was great. Well, see you another time, Mr. McMagic. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Actually, really glad you're live streaming right now, lol. Oh, thank you. Good luck. Sorry I'm late. It says No Name. Oh, it's good to have you here, No Name. Take care. Bye. The Romans had a god of sewage, not the Greeks. Oh, cool. I need to look that up. That actually makes sense because the Romans had the irrigation system, so that makes perfect sense. This man would love the Umbrella Academy. I probably would. It's something I might check out eventually. If you created your own pantheon, how many gods would you make? Probably around like 12 or 15. I think that's a good number. Like I don't like for things to get like drowned in minor gods. I once created my own superhero team, and that team had I think about 9 members or something. But then I created another superhero team, like the second generation, and that had like another 7 members or something. And then I created like a World War II superhero team, and that team had like 6 or 7 members. So yeah, it's something I've done. I've never created my own pantheon, but I feel like it would be a similar number to my superhero teams. You like Conan? What you mean, Conan the Barbarian or Conan the talk show host? Because yes, either way. What time is it there? Where I am right now, it is 8:29 p.m. Umbrella Academy is such a good show. Spawn versus Kronos. I think Spawn would win. Hasn't he gone toe to toe with both God and the devil? 5 is the best character. I think you're talking about Umbrella Academy. All right, well, I'll take your word for it. A lot of stuff about Umbrella Academy. This is the first live stream I've had my questions and comments answered, and this is my second favorite mythology channel, just before overly sarcastic productions. That is such an honor to hear. I'm so glad you're happy. I'm so glad I was able to make you happy, and I'm very, very proud to be one of your favorites. And yes, overly sarcastic is a better channel. There's no doubt about that. I mean, hopefully someday I can meet them. That would be really amazing. I would love that. Hashtag Hestia's bestie. You should probably try out some Star Wars mythology, as that would be pretty cool to see. Possibly, yeah. It's a mythology within a fictional show, though, so I don't know how much of that counts. But I know they do have stuff like mythos and everything, like with the Force and what it can do, and they've got the like ancient beings of the Force, like the Father, the Son, and the Daughter, and all of that stuff. So it's kind of interesting. People forget that Hades is a major god. People seem to not count him because he's not like one of the 12 who sit on thrones on Mount Olympus. His throne is in like the underworld, so people keep forgetting to count him. I have a question. Have you read World War Hulk? I think you mean World War Hulk. Yes, I have read World War Hulk, and I love it, but my favorite is Planet Hulk. World War Hulk was actually one of the first comic series I owned, I think. Because I didn't own a lot of comics at the beginning of my life, but I got World War Hulk when I saw it because I thought it looked amazing. And then from there, I got into Son of Hulk, and I actually got into Planet Hulk after that, and I was like, this is so goddamn good. I corrected my first grade teacher on a spelling error, and she made it seem like I had committed the worst crime imaginable. I felt bad for being smart. That's happened to me before, too. I hate teachers like that. Fucking teachers who want to just feel like they're better than everyone else. Like, if anything, a teacher should be praising a student for doing something like that. What's your favorite mythology-based anime? I haven't... Oh, wait, I have. Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is based on Journey to the West. So that's my favorite. And I actually like Dragon Ball more than Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z too, but Dragon Ball is my favorite one. I've been playing Final Fantasy VII lately, so. Okay, the thing cut down to the bottom again. Okay, I'm really gonna try to just zip through these. Dare stream when you cut your hair. I don't know if I'll cut my hair anytime soon, but we'll see. Maybe at some point, if you guys really want that, maybe I will. What are chances that Zeus might have had an orgy? I'd say the chances are extremely high that Zeus has had an orgy. Why are you dreading your... Oh, you're talking to someone else. You should grow out your hair. I kind of already have, but it's probably going to get even longer. Explain the story of how Loki gave birth. Okay, Loki needed to lure a horse away from its owner in order to sabotage the owner. So he turned himself into a female horse, lured the male horse away, and then the male horse kind of forced itself on Loki. And so Loki got pregnant with a baby horse inside himself because he was in female form at the time, and he gave birth to the baby horse while he was in the form of a female horse. That baby horse was the 8-legged horse Sleipnir. So that's how that happened. Do if historical leaders were gods. Okay, I can probably do that. Sorry, I know I've skipped a few questions, but it's not my fault. The things skipped them automatically. It only keeps record of so many. In about 30 minutes, he will see our recent conversation. That's probably true. Do you have a job? I do this right now. I had a job before the quarantine, but my place got shut down. So right now, this is all I've really got. Somebody else is explaining the Loki thing. He's about 30 minutes behind on the comments, which isn't that bad. I guess he can't see my comments. Well, I just saw that one. Magic failure. I've seen a few of your comments. He will soon. Odin reacting to Thor's children. Okay, I can do that. Are Thor's children all that weird, though? Magni and Modi, they're not that bad. Oh, well, happy early birthday. Thank you very much, Magic Failure. I really appreciate that. Can you feature Filipino mythology, please? I have, several times. I've made videos called Filipino Creatures Are Interesting, Filipino Creatures Are Scary, Filipino Creatures Are Weird, Filipino Creatures Are Strange, Filipino Creatures Are Tricky, Tourist Trouble in the Philippines, Encanto Social Distancing, The Tikbalang Wants You, I think that's all of them. Yeah, so that's a lot of Filipino videos. Just go onto my channel and search Filipino. You'll find a lot of Filipino videos. I have done that. and I plan to do more, so don't you worry. We should do a live stream on his birthday. Honestly, guys, on my birthday, I just want to hang out with my friends and take a little break. But I do understand why you would want that. This is kind of my pre-birthday live stream, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. But I just want to sit back, eat some pizza, and play some video games with my friends. That's the main thing I want to do. But and don't get me wrong, I absolutely love you guys, but there are times for certain things. Like this is my time for this, which I love, and that is my time for just being with my friends, which I also love. And I want to kind of focus on them. So that's going to be the main thing. But thank you. It means a lot to me that you guys want that. It really does, which is why I kind of did this one close to my birthday. With pepperoni pizza. There will definitely be pepperoni pizza. Have you studied Filipino mythology yet? Yes, I have studied some of it in order to make those Filipino videos I've talked about. I don't know a ton of it yet, but I have learned some, and I'm learning more as time goes on. Actually playing Assassin's Creed now. Cool. Hope you're enjoying it. Well, this is sort of already his birthday live stream because it's just 2 days away. You're absolutely right, Daughters of Hades. Have you watched Gintama? I have never heard of Gintama. You never outgrow Legos. I agree with you completely, K. Marley. Show us your Lego collection. You can see a bunch of it in my studio tour. But in the meantime, check it out. You can see some of it up there on that thing. And yeah, you can see more of it in my live stream. Unfortunately, a lot of my Legos have been lost to time, but these are the ones I've managed to hold on to. I wonder who he banned. I just banned some girl came in and started writing some really overtly sexual stuff about what she was doing to herself, and this is not the place for that. Do you listen to Sabaton? I have never heard of Sabaton, unfortunately, but there is a cult. God damn it, there is. Yes, Beck, the unknowingly created it. You unknowingly created it. Damn it. Okay, cool. Caroline says, "Howdy, I love your content." Thank you so much, Caroline. I'm very happy to hear that. Wonderful to hear. He shouldn't have to do a stream on his birthday. It should be a birthday, and I'd have to stress about it. Enjoy it if he wants. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking, King Bernucci. But I do love you guys, so I am very happy to do this stream right now. Why did he ban that person? I just told you. I'm dreading my birthday because I don't like getting older. I had a sucky, abusive childhood, so I lost a lot in life. So I know I don't have a lot of years to make up for lost time. Well, hindsight, POV, that really sucks to hear. Like, you have, like, my heart is with you. But like the important thing to remember is you need to stop looking at when the story is going to end and just focus on the story you're having right now. There's nothing. Like the past is really bad, but it is the past. I've had some rough times in my past too. I'm not saying it's as bad as what you've gone through. I doubt it is, but a lot of like your life is what you make it right now, and like you have the power to do what you want with things. Like we live in an age where a lot is possible. I mean, look at this. I'm able to build this huge following by just putting silly videos on the internet. That's amazing. There's a lot you can do with what you have, and getting older is not a bad thing. It's just a part of life, and that's just a part of living your life. So keep living your life, and hopefully things will get better. Mystery Mayor says, "Gotta go. Have a good stream." It was good to have you here, Mystery Mayor. Spam bot. Yeah, it probably was a spam bot. Small Boris has to go to. A lot of people are heading out. Gotta go to sleep, guys. All right, sleep well, Small Boris. Toodles, lads. Goodbye, Ace Q. Hope you had a good time here. By denying it, you may as well have created a cult that will be as prominent as the Greek pantheon itself. Yeah, I guess I screwed up here. As a POV, I did not see that coming. I certainly hope you're okay. Yeah, I hope hindsight is okay, too. Tyr is the nicest god of war. Ares is jealous. That sounds about right. Bye, Andrew. I'm so tired, though. Don't ignore the power of the cult. Bye, Mates Lord. It's always great to have you around. You're a really supportive guy, and I really appreciate having you in my audience. Ishtar gets shaped by Freya. He shouldn't have brought up a cult. Hey, you guys brought it up. I just read your freaking comments. The cult has infinite power. Have you done any vids on Filipino mythology? Yes, several, as I stated earlier. You've read 4 of my comments so far, and that really makes me happy, so thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for commenting. Oh, God, more comments about the cult. Yeah, sorry I vented. Shouldn't have done that, but yeah, what happened happened. No, don't apologize for that. It's totally fine for you to be honest and open and talk about things that are bothering you. There's nothing wrong with that hindsight, and I truly do hope that, things get better for you. We will conquer everyone with our mythology knowledge. Mwahaha. It is name Andrew. Props to you for not worrying about monetization. It's mainly about, is the video good? Monetization is a wonderful bonus, but the main important thing is, making a good video. Yeah. But yeah. It's okay. Everyone needs to get something out there. Just sometimes. Jennifer says, love your videos. Thank you very much, Jennifer. I really appreciate that. We burn Cheetos every Friday. Don't burn the Cheetos. Send them to my house. That's what I want. I don't like seeing Aphrodite portrayed as a Scandinavian blonde because that doesn't look Greek to me at all. I live in a Greek neighborhood, so I think I would know. Yeah, sounds about right. I think you would know better than the rest of us would, honestly. I always pictured Aphrodite as blonde, but maybe that's just me. Like, I grew up in America, so it's that's just how I see things. What I like to think of Aphrodite now is, though, like, her hair can just change color to whatever hair she thinks is in right now, because Aphrodite's all about looking great and everything like that. But I totally get why you wouldn't like seeing her that way. It makes perfect sense. I have a snake named Dionysus. Awesome. I hope you're not giving it wine, though. Do you know what a kitsune is? Yes, it's a Japanese fox spirit, sometimes nine-tailed foxes. And those are going to be in the game I'm making. I am afraid of snakes. So is my mom. Please do a video about Daedalus and Talos if you haven't already. Oh, actually, I don't think I've done one about Talos yet. All right, I can do that. There we go. I've done a few videos about Daedalus, though, but I haven't done one about Talos. I have a Greek snail named Aphrodite. Oh, cool. He is like an hour and a half behind. I'm sorry! I literally just noticed how much he's touching his hair. How is Hermes a god? Is he as bad as Zeus or other, or is he more respectable like Hades? Hermes likes to mess with people. That's his main thing. But like it's like he's not like murdering people or anything like that. He just likes to mess with people. That's his main thing. He's a prankster. He's a trickster. I think he's kind of in the middle. I wouldn't call him a respectable god, but I wouldn't call him an evil god either. It's an error. Cool. Yeah, you're right. Somebody go make an Instagram account called. Oh God. Oh God, is that actually going to happen? How to pronounce Cersei? Well, that's how I pronounce it. Thanks for being nice and understanding. Really does help making me feel better and restore my faith in humanity. Well, I'm glad to hear that for you, hindsight. Yes, I said Celtic or Norse too. Oh yeah, about the Mandalorian thing. OMG, he doesn't want a cult, poor guy. God damn it. Shouldn't have denied it. The storming of Capitol building was just... Oh God. Yeah, okay. Fuck that comment. When I hear Warrior Code, I think Beowulf. Oh yeah, good point. Have you tried Immortals Phoenix Rising? I have it for PS5. I don't have a PS5 yet, so I can't play it yet. Who's the mother of witches and how were they created? Well, witches are created different ways in different mythologies, like whether like how you handle things. Like in Celtic mythology, witches are evil. They're very, very evil. In Greek mythology, it's a little all over the place. I'd say if we had to pick like a mother of witches, it would probably be Hecate because she's literally goddess of witchcraft. But yeah, witches are created usually just by mastering the arts, like they kind of create themselves as far as I know. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that person. Okay. Okay, I used to be super into mythology, and your vids really spoke to that interest again. It's great. Well, thank you. I'm very happy to hear that, Caroline. I'm super into mythology, too. The vids are an outlet for me, and I'm very glad they're a source of entertainment for people like you. The more you deny the cult, the more it comes into existence. Okay, I don't know what to say anymore. Someone told me what character dies before I watch the movie. Oh, that sucks. Can someone, oh my God, maybe make a YouTube where we do lives? You're welcome to do that, guys. Like, I really love that we've kind of built a community here. It makes me feel really cool. We're making a Discord server for the cult now. Oh my God. If you had to pick a religion, what religion would you pick? I'm Christian, so that's what I would pick. I am Christian in real life, so that's my thing. Yep, I love your mythology video about Kratos and Thor. Can't wait for the new game to come out. I'm super excited for the new game too. And yeah, a lot of people seem to like that Kratos Thor video. Some people say that video is utter cringe. They don't like it, but the majority of people seem to really like it. So overall, really happy I made that video. He or she ruined the ending. I'm sorry to hear someone ruined an ending for you, man. That really sucks. What are your thoughts on the series Supernatural? Haven't seen it yet. I'm planning to eventually start watching it and do vlogs on it as I watch it. I think you guys would enjoy that. I mean, let me know if you would enjoy that. Never watched it because I'm not allowed. Oh, that sucks. If you weren't in mythology, what would you be into? Probably more just comic book stuff and Lego stuff because I'm already into that stuff, and video games. Those are kind of my things other than mythology. I'm kind of a fucking dork. A lot of people talking about Supernatural now. We're gonna have those later spins. Have YouTube watch them. Santiago says, "Hi, I love you." Oh, awesome! I love you too, Santiago. Thank you very much for saying that. That makes me happy. I'm close to owning all 15 seasons of Supernatural. There are different episodes with different mythological gods. I've heard, yeah, so that's why I'm planning to eventually check it out. Hera's awful. She can be very awful. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. Oh, I love Robin Williams so much. Yeah, human Sleipnir, Supernatural. Oh, they have Sleipnir on Supernatural. Okay, guys, don't spoil it for me. Dude, if I was hurt, I would ask you to be there. Aw. What do you think of Lore Olympus? Haven't read it. That's just a webtoon comic I suggest. Yeah, a lot of people have been suggesting that. That's another thing I really need to check out soon. There's so much on my to check out list. So I'm sorry it's taking me a while to get to a lot of it, but my first priority every day is putting out a new video for you guys. So and my second, and then I have to work on the card game I'm working on, and then there's tons of other stuff I got to do. So I'm trying to get to everything, but it might take a while. I love you, Andrew. Thank you, Reverie. I love you too. Very nice to hear. We all do. Aww. Check out Overly Sarcastic Productions. I have. I love Overly Sarcastic Productions. They're great. If you could choose to, I mean, I haven't seen all their stuff, but I've seen some of it, and it's a lot of fun. They've helped me with some of the research I've done. If you could choose to be a god, what god would you choose to be? Sun Wukong. I love all of his powers. I love that he's a trickster god. I love that he's a tons of fun. I would love to be able to shapeshift, and I would love the staff. I would want to be Sun Wukong. Go find the Discord. Oh my god. What happened with Epic Games? All this crap where they're buying exclusivity and trying to dominate and monopolize the market. And plus, the owner of Epic Games has been insulting gamers and there's this one company called Ooblets who went Epic exclusive after they promised they wouldn't. And when people got upset, they made an article where they just completely shat on their audience and shat on gamers in general. And then the owner of Epic Games came out and said, "I love that they did that. That's awesome." And he's just a piece of crap. And lately he's been screwing with Apple because he wants more money. And Apple and him have been filing charges against each other. And after that happened, he compared himself to a slave during the civil rights movement and everything. He's such a piece of crap. It's unbelievable how much of a piece of crap the owner of Epic Games is. It's totally fine if you play the games on Epic Games because it's still games. You can enjoy games if you want to. I'm just not going to support that. That's the thing. I don't want to support that absolute garbage person. Yeah, Epic Games sucks. Yeah, I agree with you. Kenny can be a god considering he's immortal. That's a good point on South Park. Kenny does keep coming back from the dead. Wouldn't be surprised if Creed Beaton is a god. Oh, Creed Bratton. Are you talking about from The Office? That would be hilarious. Have you seen Epic Rap Battle Zeus vs. Thor? No, that's on my schedule of things to do. My partner Wilda wants to watch it with me, so we might do a live reaction of it together and put the video on YouTube. So when I see it, I'll put a reaction on YouTube. That's when you'll know I've seen it. Do you like Artemis? I like her enough. She's pretty cool. I don't entirely like how she treats certain people, but that's the same for all Greek gods. But she's cool overall. I would want her on my team in a fight. If you see this, I would love that second channel. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, eventually, maybe someday. My boy's streaming now. Yeah, I'm here, man. Okay. Have you read this? I have. Okay, a lot of people saying, "Have you read this?" Okay. Hamilton. Okay, guys. I really. Oh shoot, we actually are approaching 3 hours. Oh, people talking about other stuff. Oh, Vico has to leave. Bye, Vico. Who is Conan the Barbarian? Oh, Conan the Barbarian is It's an old movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger plays the character, and then it was remade with Jason Momoa, and I hear that one wasn't very good. I think the Conan movies are based on books also. I want to see Beetlejuice. I love Beetlejuice. Yeah, you should love Beetlejuice. It's great. Okay. Okay, guys, I am. All right, it looks like. All right, the chat's getting a little messy here now, so it's a little hard for me to tell what's what. And we are almost at the 3 hour mark, so I am going to have to cut it off here. Oh, okay. So I scrolled all the way down to the bottom. Alexander Jeffries says it's time for him to go. Okay, bye, Alexander. It was really nice having you here. I am going to have to go now because it has been a long time, and I'm really freaking hungry right now. But I absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much for helping this channel grow. Thank you so much for helping it reach 10,000 subscribers. That is absolutely amazing. And I love you guys for that. And I love all of your wonderful comments that I've been getting on all my videos. It really honestly means a lot to me. I really try to read all of them. Your comments do not go unheard whenever I can manage. Sometimes YouTube notifications doesn't show me the new comments for some reason, and I don't get that, but I do the best I can, and I am really glad you guys enjoy my content so much. Oh, thank you so much for the birthday wishes, guys. That's so sweet. Love from Scotland. That's amazing. Oh, cool. Got some Scottish friends. And one thing that I really love is like this audience seems to include people from like all over the world, and that actually means a ton to me. That's so cool. And yeah, I'm just really, really happy. How should I know when the streams are? Oh, I usually schedule the stream several days in advance so that you guys have ample notice. I try to do that. I try to do that. I do these once a month. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream. I'm really thrilled at all the wonderful responses I get from you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Oh, love from the military. Thank you for your service. That's amazing. I can't describe how good all of this feels, you guys. You guys are really sweet. Can you do a video about the Fates? I did do a video about the Fates. It's called Goddesses of Fate. Go check it out. Also, the Fates are in one of the Tinder videos. So there you go. Hello from the oven. Oh, God. Love from Canada. Yay, we love you. I love you guys, too. You guys are great. I am a Kansas homie. Awesome. Well, I'm not in Kansas anymore. I'll bet everyone makes that freaking joke. I'm from Kansas. Can you do a video where Odin reacts to Kratos changing the course of Ragnarok? That's actually a really cool idea. Boop. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for all of your wonderful support. I've probably said that like 5 times now, but I've really meant it every single time. I had a lot of fun doing this, you guys. I mean, I'm going into 3 hours. This is the longest live stream I've done on my YouTube channel, and I don't want to leave. I feel so good, honestly. Opinion on Artemis and Ennio. I'm sorry, guys. I can't keep answering the questions because I really do need to wrap up. But thank you so much for all your amazing support. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for liking the videos. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you for the sweet things you all say. It really feels amazing. I think a hair got in my mouth. It really feels amazing to have this amazing community. Like, it feels like a huge accomplishment to have it here today. And this is a chat. I can't even keep up with the chat anymore. I really can't. Like, you may know, I was 30 minutes behind everyone the whole time. And I did the best I could, and I'm sorry. But I hopefully answered a good amount of you guys' questions, and I hope you got, because I want you guys to feel heard, because I don't want to take you guys for granted. You guys are wonderful, And I love you. And as Zagard is saying in the chat right here, we do have a Discord. In fact, Zagard, you should probably post a link to it. Like, why don't you post a link to the Discord? Because I don't have an immediate link to the Discord right now. But yeah, a lot of people talking about the cult. Well, I don't know what the heck we've started here today, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Take care.